Can you hear me there? Akujin, how are you? Are you there?
I can eat.
He's not there. Oh man, what
Yes,
a
he
day.
is.
Okay, he's there. I was about to say, what a day, what a day.
I don't know. The
Okay,
past few mornings, when I've done the move down to the showroom, been kind of glitchy.
weird. Very weird. Anyway, this is we're doing another different kind of day, right? And for those who don't know, I'm already in some sort of mood, so I need to be fair today, and I need to make that active effort to be fair because I have a feeling I may unjustly be a dick today, and I need to chill. Uh, Someone wanted to have a powwow, and they came. I don't know. They came to us through Croaxis, right?
Yes.
And they asked that Croaxis be present during their questioning.
Really?
That they're gonna be doing. That's what I saw. I may have read that wrong, but I think that's what was there, which is fine. I don't know. People think all kinds of things about me, man. They think I'm gonna treat them a certain way, and I don't know. Today would be a day to worry about that. I've already gone off on like 2 or 3 fucking people. So, uh, oh, and, I didn't know, but Crawling Chaos 3 said Akujin became a woman today in 2002. Congrats on your transition. What?
What?
In 2000, on this day in 2002, Akujin became a woman. I didn't know.
Neither did I.
Okay. Okay. That's legal.
No, yeah, that was great. That was funny. I'm still laughing on the inside. Such a funny.
On the inside. On the inside, you're terrible. Okay. Well, what is the time? We've talked for a few minutes. I That's about as much as I know about it. This could be anywhere between guy who's a big fan of somebody else and they're gonna have a weird kind of emotional thing, or it could be Toe Rogan. Like I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get today.
Could just
So
talk to somebody. It could be somebody who's reasonable, but just misinformed.
it could be totally normal. It could be fine. I'm just saying. I don't know what we're gonna get at all today. I got nothing. So and Marino is checking for your boy. Have you told me that we are live on YouTube? I don't think he told me, but a good thing I did check myself. And you may want to inform the people when you bring them in. So I guess go ahead and bring them in. The young man, his chaperone, and I think Leader's there. That's amazing. Good. I didn't know that Leader was around. I've been kind of worried about him. He hadn't been around since he was sick.
Uh, uh yeah. Valheim. It takes over hearts and minds and lives and shit. Playing a lot of that, I guess. But all right,
Hearts and
let's
minds.
let's drag everyone in.
Fair enough. Go through to and said, "Today is like a present. We don't know what we
Stay
will."
back.
Crow said, "Stay back."
Stay back.
How are we doing today, guys?
Ourselves.
We're doing all right.
Let me give a little clarification. He didn't necessarily.
What the
ask
fuck is
me.
wrong with your
Why do you
microphone?
sound like you're
Whoa,
being
whoa, whoa.
tased? Are you okay?
What?
Dude, your
You
shit is
sound like
fucked
you're
up
being tased right now.
in the balls.
Ah!
That was crazy sounding. You sound like the robot with the Power Rangers. Alpha, that dude. Nobody remembers Alpha. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
I remember Alpha.
So bad. Something happened. I don't know what it is, but something's happened to you.
This is prejudice. All right.
No, this is what a loose speaker wire sounds like on a microphone.
Is
A
that
loose
what it
wire.
is? Loose
It's what
speaker
it
wire?
sounds like. Sounds
Okay,
like there's a
literally
loose wire.
using a fucking soundboard thingy. I don't know how it could be loose. All right. Let me press everything in.
How is this even happening?
I don't know.
How about now?
No.
Keep talking.
Still shit.
Oh fuck. No, it's bad. What the fuck, Crow? You have like all that setup going, like you have a lot of stuff over there.
It's Discord, not me.
It's not Discord though.
This
If
doesn't
it's-
sound like Discord problem.
This is Discord.
Well, then why is
I
it
don't
doing
know.
it to only you?
It sometimes just happens. Okay. 1
Oh,
second.
no,
I'll
that's
go
not for me,
buy.
but
I'll
that's-
go get a spare mic somewhere.
Wow.
Speaking of which, can you hear me clear, or is it good? Or...
You're coming in. You're coming in pretty great.
Okay,
Him, on
cool.
the other hand, you can wait. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it all the time. man.
Okay.
Like,
All right. Then he knows. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a him thing. Discord's cool. Yeah, you're
Here
coming in
trying to
clear. Are
shame
you
the
using
good
a
name
phone?
of Discord.
I'm using a phone on Discord. I've got a mic hooked up to it. like a
No,
headset, 'cause I got
no, that's
shitty
good.
setup.
Your phone is coming in clearer than his really nice setup he has.
Oh shit!
So that's good shit.
I got a $30 boomer phone. I mean, $30 burner phone. So there you go.
Oh god.
But now, the reason why I was asking, I've been watching commentary for years, and like IBS and everything else, and I've always heard one side of the story, and I never got to hear your side of the story.
Mm.
And I've always wanted to hear it. I never got to talk to you, and I've always wanted to talk to you. I mean, not saying I'm not fangirl or anything, you know what I'm saying?
So
Because I've
leave it.
always heard that you like run from fights and all that stuff, and run from calls. I mean, I watched the Nick call a while back, and I watched the Bo Blacks one, and everything else. I'm like, nah. So
Well, does it seem like how am I running
No.
from them if I always end up in these calls with these people?
that's true.
I think I talked to Boblax like 3 or 4 times. He's been on the show, and I've had talked. I talked to Boblax over on Crow's stream. Like, what? Why would anyone fear having a conversation in a voice chat with these dorks?
I don't know, because I mean, I've heard so much stuff in the past about doxing allegations. Granted, a lot of that was Ethan Ralph and all them, but
Ethan Ralph,
The
Yeah.
d-
the
The
felon who
self-proclaimed
impregnated a high
doxer.
school girl.
oh, I know his
There's
backstory.
like it's not even like and that is that fair to even say, because like people will be like, well, yeah, something about me. It's whatever. Here's the thing about him. Why would anyone take anything that any of them say seriously?
Mm-mm. Good
That's
question.
kind of the point that I got to, where I walked off. Now, for about a year after, I still kept $2,000 on the table if Andy ever wanted to sack up. He
Now,
never
see,
came and claimed it.
Here's the burning question.
Go
You
ahead.
said walk off. Are you in a wheelchair, or was that photoshopped?
What do you think?
I've been told it was photoshopped. I've been told it was real, so I don't know who to believe.
Would it be
both sides sound
brutal?
sketchy.
Hold on, just randomly.
Would
it
you
be
believe
brutal?
your lying
Hold on,
eyes?
hold on, Akujin. Hold on. Do you think that it would be really brutal that after all of those people saying that and everyone actually believing it, it would be really brutal if I were on air every single week, licensed athlete for a pro
2
wrestling
years.
organization, and did a wrestling match with Jim Sterling? Would that be detrimental to that?
Now, is this before or after?
This was for the
My
past
question.
2 years. Literally
Oh,
2 months after that, since I had already gotten into shape and I was already ready to do the fight. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just get into wrestling.
Hmm.
I'd already told everybody I was going to do that a little bit before the fight. I was like, look, if I'm getting into shape, I'm going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get something out of it. I'll do another wrestling run.
Yeah.
And so that happened. I did that for like 2 years, licensed athlete. So that kind of killed off all the rest of it.
True.
Well, you say true, but you haven't seen it, which
Right,
is
you're
fair.
true.
But I'm gonna tell if you're ever curious to see it, it's on this channel. You can go back, just type in Tonka and Jim Sterling, or you can type in Tonka Pro South. You'll find these streams. They're on this channel. You can find them over on the Pro South Wrestling channel. You can. It's not hard to find me not being in a wheelchair and doing things, but
Yeah,
once that narrative was killed, they all kind of just left everything, because once you can prove everything they say is not just a lie, but a really easily proven to be bullshit lie, they don't
yeah.
really want to talk anymore.
All right, so let me ask this question. Uh, why was it that you had to back out to begin with? Did you? I mean, I hate to
Well, it
ask this
wasn't a
because
matter
I'm
if I
trying to be
had.
nice,
Hold
but
on, it wasn't a matter if I had to back out. The fight ended up getting canceled.
right.
The guy
But
he just said he
I
didn't
heard,
want to.
what I heard originally was, of course, I don't know about the sources, because like you said, they backed out after everything, went
Mhm.
down. They claimed that you forged the blood work, you changed your name, and that you might have AIDS, which I didn't want to ask that, but it's a personal
Does that
question.
sound plausible?
Uh, not
If
really.
I became a licensed athlete 5 minutes
That's
after
true.
that, does that make sense?
Nah, makes sense because I mean, if you just get cut and bleed on somebody, they get infected. So yeah, it makes sense.
Well, yeah, you can't get cleared
If
with that now.
can I just cut in? Can I just cut in here with just like I just want to state the obvious. Tonka is not in a wheelchair. That image was photoshopped. Thank you.
Okay, I think we made it past that part.
I just wanted to throw that one out there.
I don't know if you
Make it 100% clear.
That is a weird thing to throw out, but if people look,
This
it
is
never
why we
bothered
have
me.
Leader around.
Yeah, we have to
Hottest
make sure
takes.
that leader's
I'm
got to
just
catch
dotting
that
your
shit.
eyes. Yeah, that's it. Dotting your eyes, crossing your T's. Where that's what I'm here for, boys.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you, leader. I don't know where we'd be without you.
Lost
What
in a sea of
what
hurt.
was said before that? He fucked me up. I don't know why he did that. Oh god damn.
I believe you were talking about AIDS.
Wow. All right then.
What do you think it is? He's right.
Oh fuck. Leader. Okay. Well, yeah. It was
All right.
that
Another
was the
question.
angle that a lot of them took.
Right.
Again, that didn't hold up because 5 minutes
You still
after
did
they
it, yeah.
said they're like, he's in a wheelchair and he has AIDS. 5 minutes later, I'm a licensed athlete. Okay, we're just not going to talk about this anymore.
Yeah. I hate to bring up old stuff, it's just I never heard your side of it, I've always heard like everybody dunking on you, and I've always believed in the
Everybody's
code
allowed.
of
Everybody's
I've always
allowed
believed
to
in the
ask the
code
question.
of yeah, I've always believed in the code, of hearing both sides, instead of just hearing one side and being a sheep.
Well, my side's it's way simpler than theirs. There's no conspiracy, none of that. It's I put down a couple $1,000 and Andy can come get it and we can fight. The guy canceled the fight because shit was complicated. You had people who were threatening to bomb the place. You had all kinds of crazy shit happening. And then when I changed my name, he fucking got mad about it. And I'm assuming from what he told me, and I had the messages and I showed them to people here, that he mainly was mad because they were saying that I was telling everybody that it was his fault. And I said, well, have you ever seen any of my live streams where I say it's your fault? When I'm telling everybody don't go with the promoter. Don't do any of this shit. Wait it out. Like, that's what I was actually saying. After I asked him this shit, he's like, well, no, I never saw it. I didn't have the time. I said, so you're just taking their word for it that I'm saying some shit about you. And that was more or less what it boiled down to. And I'm like, fine, whatever. So I laid down a couple $1,000 and I was like, Andy, come pick this up. We can scrap. We'll do it for the people. You can have this money. You can have the live streaming money. I don't give a fuck. Let's have a go. And he never claimed it.
Now another question I wanted to ask too, because I've also heard the about the what originally started this whole thing between you and Andy was about the Snapchat message.
No. I
Was
never
that
liked Andy. All right.
oh
I always had issue with Andy because he's too shady for me. But he was Failure's buddy. The thing that blew it up on Andy's end, where most people started hearing about it, was that because the Snapchat allegation shit happened.
Yeah.
That's when a lot of people came into knowing about it. But I didn't like Andy. Like when we did a show together, I didn't like him. He was Failure's buddy, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, I hate.
Oh,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
What were you
I
gonna
was
say?
gonna say, I hate to quote an old Medicare line, but he used to always try to be neutral on streams. You know, he said just because I'm on your stream don't mean I gotta be friends with you. So I
Well,
listened
he
to an old
would
stream
say
earlier
that.
with him and said Sargon.
Well, he would say that. But let me ask you this:
All right.
out of all the people from IBS, why was I the only one that he made a video about? What was the difference between me and everybody else?
Well, the fact he was a quote unquote internet tough guy, I guess. I don't know.
I'm an internet tough guy. I'm a pro wrestler and I fought. Is that an
True.
internet tough guy or is that a tough guy?
I don't know. I mean,
What do you
I
mean
agree
you
with
don't
you.
know? What is a tough guy if it's not a guy who fights and is a fucking pro wrestler? What's a tough guy then?
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not an internet tough guy. I'm a tough guy. That's what I am. That's what I was when he met me. That's what I was 10 years ago. That's what I was 15 years ago. That's who I am. I'm not a big brain on the internet who pretends to fucking give a fuck about furries and all kinds of crazy issues. I'm not that. I'm a fighter. I'm a wrestler. I covered MMA for a giant fucking news outlet. I covered fucking MMA on a syndicated fucking radio show. Came out of New York. Like, that's who I am.
Yeah, because I remember you said a while back you're not internet peoples, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're fucking insane.
True.
Like, it is really goofy that people would go to Medicare and hear him talk about someone who's a wrestler and a fighter, and they'll buy into that's an internet tough guy. Meanwhile, his buddies are running around trying to kill people in the streets after talking about how they were going to beat him up. They're out there going to point guns at him and shit and talking about killing people in the street over a fight they picked. That's not the internet tough guy.
Yeah.
The guy who jumped off of a wrestling ring and jumped into a crowd of people and started beating people up. That guy's not a tough guy. He's an internet tough guy. People will believe it because they want to buy into these goofy personalities on the internet. If you're dumb enough to think that I'm a tough guy on the internet and that when you come up to me, I'm some fucking dude that you're gonna start some shit with and you're not gonna get got, that is one of the greatest cons he ever pulled on anybody. It's on video now, like in the recent. I doubt you've seen it, but at a wrestling match I was at, someone attacked one of the wrestlers. And then I jumped down, and then the whole crowd just comes in on me and this dude. I beat up like 6 fucking people. It was a fucking crazy rush. Looking back, yeah, I could have got definitely killed. Like, this is a big group of people, and if one reached in and fucking stabbed me, a fucking knife, I wouldn't even known who it was. It was stupid. I get it. I'm getting older. I'm starting to, after my fights, freak out about how dumb it was. But at the same time, it was cool because I'll never get a chance to do that again.
Oh, definitely.
I get to say I was in a fight like one of the fucking Freebirds back in the 80s. You know, the heat got too real for the crowd and now people are fighting in the crowd. It was cool. It felt cool. I loved it.
Or like Ric Flair at the Armory where people got like shown through like fucking popcorn machines and
Yes!
and everything else.
I had one of those, and Scott Steiner was there that day. I got to have one of those, and Scott Steiner saw it and thought it was cool. Do you really think I give a fuck what anybody on the internet thinks? Scott Steiner thought something I did was cool. Who the fuck cares what Mr. Make-A-Wish thinks? Who the fuck can care what anybody is like talking about on the we think you're an internet tough guy. Okay, fam. We think you're in a wheelchair. Okay, fam. Like, do you get what I mean? It sounds like his phone might have died or something. Is he there?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Okay, you're good.
You button. I remember a while back you had that fight with the Manlet Destiny. It was a long stream ago, and he was like, "Yeah, but the fights are predetermined." Talking about wrestling, which I know that. I used to watch wrestling, so.
Okay.
But the MMA
Well,
part
yeah.
is not. predetermined. I get that.
Yeah, they're not the same thing. And also, spoiler, we don't get to plan out a finish with the crowd when they decide to fight us. So we didn't really have a planned finish for that either. We had to
Shit.
do a little innovation, a little bit of making it work on that.
So it wasn't a dusty book or nothing like that, right?
See, you know some of the fucking terminology. I can live with this.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
used to watch wrestling back in the day.
Back in the day, it was better.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I grew up during the best era, the Attitude Era, but still.
see, the Attitude Era
My
wasn't the
opinion.
best era. Now we can fight.
Now
we
looking
can
back,
fight.
yeah.
Now we disagree.
Oh, we got blood sports over this? Come on now.
I could fight somebody over this. The Attitude Era is what killed wrestling, my friend.
Really?
You wonder why wrestling isn't good anymore. The Attitude
Well,
Era. That's your answer.
I think Russo killed wrestling, but that's just my opinion.
Think of the Russo killed wrestling is going along with some Mark shit that you'll read about on the internet. You'll get it in books and shit. Fuck, that's crazy shit. Vince Russo did not have the power to kill wrestling. What killed wrestling was the Attitude Era and the concept of let's just take everything that we used to be able to injure people with and run 7, 8, 9 months of an angle with. Let's take all of that and we'll make it a weekly basis thing. Now we're going to hit people with a chair every 5 minutes. We're going to throw people off 10 fucking off of 10, 15 foot fucking everything through 2 tables. Dude, that used to be an angle. That's not an angle now.
They copied ECW, even though Vince had deals with ECW back in the day.
Yeah, it killed wrestling. Think about this too. There are more wrestlers who are dead from the late 90s in wrestling than there are from the 80s.
That's true. That and steroids probably killed off a
No,
lot of
the
them, too.
steroids in the 80s didn't do as much damage as the Attitude Era did with the pain pills. Because guess what happens when you injure yourself doing all this crazy shit that nobody was ready to do?
What?
They go, they break something, they get hurt, they get pain pills.
Oh, yeah.
We had a
They get
lot of
hooked on that
guys on a
shit.
lot of pain pills in the late 90s, and a lot of guys died that way. I'm just saying, the Attitude Era was all bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hindsight, I can see that now.
If we didn't have the Attitude Era, wrestling would be healthier. We would have a much better deal going on.
But would it
We
still
would
be
have-
cartoony like the 80s, though, is the question. With the Ultimate Warrior and Hogan and everything else. Would it still be like that, or you still think it would have evolved?
It was already evolving. Look at WCW in the minute. Like, everybody can talk shit about the new generation era, but go ahead and look at the Diesel character and how far it had come. Look at the Undertaker character and how far it was going. We would have got there. We would have got to edgier storylines, but at the same time, we didn't have to fucking kick it into high gear and start killing the guys. These are human beings. All right, I've done some of this shit. I've taken some of these bumps. I've flown off a fucking ladder and I've gone through the fucking tables and I've done this shit. I'm telling you, they're human beings. You do that shit few and far between.
Yeah.
You make it count when you do it.
I mean, it's like that old sound clip they used to hear in old WWE clips, and they used to say, Jim Ross used to say, how do you learn how to fall from a 10-foot ladder or something like that, Like back in the day. But yeah. I mean, I've seen like a lot of old clips, like, you wrestling and stuff back in the day, but I haven't seen none of the recent stuff.
Isn't it weird how what's the way to put it? How people, they'll send around the clips of me wrestling, but then they'll try to tell you I'm in a wheelchair. You don't think that's
Yeah.
weird? Is that not strange?
Yeah, see, the thing was supposedly, I can't remember the rumor, but I thought the rumor was like you botched a move and like something happened and you end up in a wheelchair.
Oh, don't you think they would have had that? Don't you think there'd be some proof for that?
True. So why did you get banished from the community like this? Was it because
I
of the
didn't
whole
get
Andy
banished
shit?
from I left.
Oh, you left. See, I thought you got flagged down, 'cause that's what I was told.
Oh no, I've been flagged down plenty, and they openly flag me down. Like, they'll do it on air and shit. But I walked away from these people because they were full of shit. Like, this wasn't a matter of they woke up one day and decided to go at me. It was like, no. I'm good. I'm not doing this. You guys do what you're doing. I'm going over here. And they didn't like that. It feels like they've never been dumped before. And they reacted like people that had never been dumped before.
Yeah.
So I didn't even look at it
Yeah,
as dumping them. It was like, look, best of luck to you. I'm going over here. I don't want
yeah,
anything to do with the shit they were doing.
because I remember the one stream when Medicare was like trying to snipe you or snipe you or whatever, and you kept saying miserable or whatever, and like you know, you know what I'm talking about. You went through it, so
Well, yeah. Okay, here's what I was miserable about. I didn't get to fight.
mm.
I
I
don't
thought
really
it was gonna
care
be
what
wearing it
anybody
back
thinks
down.
about. Dude, I don't care if people don't like me on the internet. I get money. I fuck really attractive women. I have a good life. If people are unhappy with me or people don't like me, that doesn't bother me.
I
I
can
was
respect that.
unhappy at that point because I wanted to fight Andy. You'll notice that
Yeah,
Andy and everyone was jubilant because they knew that if they had a situation where Andy fought me, Andy was going to get murked and Medicare would be deleting his channel, which he now
mm.
just sits on and collects the membership from as an income now. He doesn't even make videos.
Yeah, the Patreon one, right? Because his YouTube got banned, right? If I remember correctly.
It didn't get banned. He got demonetized. He can
Mm.
keep every single video up, but it was about the money, bro.
I wasn't Jim originally about I don't know, like, you know,
Well, no,
it being
Jim
just a hobby.
originally that was his whole thing for going at everybody is they made money and you shouldn't make money. But then when it came down to it and he started running out of ways to get money, he had to get honest and open about it and that it was just about money. That's why he's selling you hats.
True.
That's why he's fucking got a Patreon. That's why he has memberships on his channel. That's why he'll read super chats for 2 hours and do nothing but read the board at you.
Yeah, well now
It's
he
a
has
sad
cancer
existence.
supposedly, so
Supposedly.
I didn't see no X-rays, no screenshots, and nothing. But then again, he
Would
kind of
you
looks like
accept what he's saying from anyone else? I'm just asking.
Well,
If
the thing
anybody
is,
but Mr. Medicare told the Mr. Medicare fan base, I have cancer and provided no proof, would they accept that?
good question.
It's not a good question. You know the answer to it. It's an easy question. You know.
Would they accept it
That's
from
how you
Tonka?
know there's a problem, man.
Yeah.
That's how you know there's a fucking problem.
Damn, all this time I feel like I've been lied to. Not from you, I'm just saying. Because
I
because everybody loves to spin the narrative. They love to suit their own purpose. You know what I'm saying?
dude, if you wanna not think that I'm tough, I don't care.
Oh
It
nah,
doesn't bother me in my
nah. If you
day-to-day
do fight
thinking.
and everything else, I mean, it's cool.
Well, no,
Awesome. More power
well, no,
to you.
no, even dude, even if you thought that I didn't, even if everybody on planet Earth thought that I didn't, this is a weird lack of confidence that you find in internet people where they're very hell bent on proving it and all this shit. When I was
Hmm.
fighting Andy, it wasn't about proving I'm a tough guy.
Yeah.
It was because somebody needed to beat Andy's ass 20 years ago. It was because he got away with way too much shit.
Yeah. Especially that shit in Florida. With the stay back shit. That whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
You
that's only
notice
like the
you
tip
didn't
of
get
the
a
fucking
video
iceberg.
about it. You never got a video about that for Medicare. You never got a video about all the shit that Ralph pulled from Medicare. Now people took. I'll get to that in a minute.
Well,
But
actually, Jim did do a video about
oh
the
no, he
stay
didn't.
back. Yeah, he
Well,
did. He covered it.
no, he did a live stream about it, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
gone
Yeah.
within an hour.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Well,
See,
this is what
I
I'm
know
talking
Finbot.
about.
See, I
This
know
is what I'm
Finbot and
talking
everybody
about.
else re-uploaded. That's about it. And Medicare,
Yes, Medicare
kept it in
Finbot
the
will
archives.
do re-uploads and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Are
here's what
you
I'm
able to
talking about.
click on my live thing, Bacon?
Hold on. I'm trying to order the information and make it easy to digest because he had asked some things to where it's easy to word vomit at somebody.
Hmm.
Okay.
I ain't trying to get you in a gotcha. I just wanted to know.
Well, no, yeah, I'll explain shit to everybody. Everybody can ask questions, and I'm cool to answer some of these questions if they're being cool, they're being genuine, whatever. That's what I
Oh
was
yeah.
saying before the thing. Like, if it's a talk, it's a talk. If I'm going a few rounds, I'm going a few rounds. Like Akujin had the ring loaded up in the live stream. He would have put us in the ring in there really quick.
Yeah, I saw the name of the stream and I was like, oh shit, I'm actually gonna participate in blood sports.
Yeah.
They They put the same title up for whenever somebody new comes to talk because it's usually
Well, I
from
don't
the
know
same
what I'm supposed to.
yeah, it's
What am I
usually from the
supposed to
same
say?
community that
You know what you're
always
walking
wants to,
into.
be fine with the flag and be fine with like the doxing of the people over here. Be fine with the most vile shit against people over here. But if it happens to anybody over there, then it's a issue. Then it's something we need to talk about. So you gotta expect the worst when they're coming from over there.
Well, to
Yeah.
be fair, did you like me before you walked in? I'm not saying you like me now, but you
In
don't
all
like me, really.
honesty, well, I'm starting to somewhat like you. I mean, I used to like you a long time ago for all that shit fell out, with the whole Andy thing, and I got spent with the narrative, that you backed out, you know.
That's crazy.
Well,
Dude,
if
you
I
should have thought for a
believed
few seconds. There is
everything,
nobody on planet Earth who's going to back out of a fight with Andy Warski.
True.
There's that person isn't real. There's no person who's going to do it. Go ask your grandmother, or if your grandmother's passed or whatever, she's
Yeah, I was gonna say I would if she's still alive, but
okay. Go ask her grave. I bet she'll give you the thumbs up from beyond, man. She's like, no, I'll take that pussy. He's like, no, I got him. Okay.
Prayer.
Well, hell, if that's the case, I could probably whip his ass still. I
You
mean, hell, looks like 120
could,
pounds soaking wet.
dude.
So.
There is no question as to if anybody can whip his ass. It's fucking Andy Warski. That wasn't the
I don't know
point.
that coke, man. That coke can make you do some crazy shit. So
The point was that he needed to get his ass beat. That was what the point was. And people made the situation crazy. And I
Yeah.
did go through the thing and I changed my name, which shouldn't be a thing, but it pissed the guy off.
Now,
He
was that
said,
because you got doxxed and somebody called you grandma on live stream?
No, it happened before that. I had
Mm.
changed my name before that.
See, because narrative got spun was you
And
got
nobody
doxxed and
had
you changed
called,
your name
hold
and
on,
shit.
nobody had called my
bad.
grandmother. That might have resulted in some kind of rampage right there, but nobody called my grandmother. Somebody had called a business and a member of my family owned.
That's right, because they claimed you worked at a used car lot or something.
Yeah, I work with them. Okay, when I say work with them, that doesn't mean I work for them. I'm at the lot or whatever. I will buy cars off auction and some of them will go to that lot. That's all. I'm not there ever. That's not my lot. This is what happens when you have people who are just misinformed, going with half truth and running so hard.
Yeah, the herd mentality.
Dumb mentality. We always get called a cult. But I'm telling you, the shit that people came up with about me, that is crazy shit that Scientology will be jealous of. I am literally, out of all of the group, you have Ethan Ralph, who is barely mobile.
Yeah.
But they're going to go at the only one who's a licensed athlete. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair and all that. We're going to say all this crazy shit about him that you definitely can't disprove just by turning on a certain YouTube channel every 5 seconds. Or every 5 days.
If the fight would have happened and you would have lost in a weird scenario, if you would have lost, would you walk the streets wearing a dress?
There's not a possibility that I would lose a fight to him. And dude, I've wrestled like wrestling matches in like kilts and shit. I was in a team where we pretended to be Scottish, and I don't. That's a dumb bet for him to make. But again, that should show you how uncreative Medicare is.
True.
He is brutally uncreative. So uncreative, in fact, that someone can take his former clips. I say former clips, his old clips.
Oh yeah, the kill all pedo stuff.
And they can just cut it up, and he is so predictable and unoriginal. People can make his videos for him with better production value than he ever had.
Speaking of which, have you watched any of those videos? Have you seen any of them?
No, I didn't even watch his videos. Once you know somebody's full of shit, you don't have time for him, man.
So it's pretty funny though. He like clipped in, like turned to a whole bunch of crazy shit. Like he's going around like killing zombies and some bunch of weird shit.
That is pretty wild. Thinking about how somebody made Medicare videos better than Medicare ever did or could. Isn't that kind of the most vicious indictment on a creator that you could possibly make?
True.
Is there any more brutal indictment on a creator than being able to predict what their video would be, say what they would say, and then make it visually better than they ever could?
So let me
That's
ask you this. Recently, a month ago, when Sargon was on Ricada's stream, he called Jim a groomer. Do you think Jim was a groomer?
He wasn't talking about
Okay.
sexually. I don't believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he's kind of like talking like the old Outer Heaven, like Medic used to talk about, right? You know, the old Metal Gear Solid meme where he's like, grooming kids to like, be his soldiers and all that shit.
he
Guess
said
I never
what?
heard that one. Yeah.
He said Sargon was a groomer?
No,
Or
no,
Sargon said
that,
he was a groomer?
yeah.
Okay, that I think I remember. I had it backwards.
That was about a month ago. It was on the Nick Ricada live stream. Or maybe 2 months
Well,
ago.
Nick Rikita is a fucking crook. He literally had a GoFundMe going for a thing that he said he knew he wouldn't win.
Oh, that's right. Because I remember Ralph called him out on that when they were going back at it. Damn, it's so weird how you hear a narrative for like so long, then you hear the other side and it's like, it's fucking mind blowing.
I started to get like before you joined the call, I was like, man, am I getting long conned? Is this guy just gonna come on and say some like really stupid shit? But nah, you stayed consistent, so I can appreciate you.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me on, man. I mean, I'm here for how long you want me on here.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
I ain't got nowhere to go.
So, well, I can take more or less any of the random questions you would round and about have because I haven't used to watch it. So if you look at it now, who does it look like is in a better position in life? The people who are over there trying to, well, they aren't even picking up lemons anymore. D-Live kicked them off the fucking air.
Yeah, they're on like Trovo now or some shit.
Yeah. You are following a guy around at this point from website to website as he broadcasts out of his mom's fucking study. Ralph is going around in the middle of the fucking COVID thing, going from bar to bar, impregnating fucking high school girls and talking about how he is the alt-right's Oprah. Fucking kill me, man.
Yeah, I've been watching them his recent shit, so I kind of fell off after the whole him fucking the kid thing. I was like, no, I'm good on that. I don't fuck with that shit.
Do you know what I've done in the meantime since then?
Rebranded.
No, I didn't even rebrand. Like this, like the Tonky type thing. I still have the Tonka Saw channel over there, but we got flagged down all the goddamn time, and nobody would say anything about it. So fucking, we just had to be on 3 different fucking channels. So sometimes we're on that channel, sometimes we're on this one, sometimes we're over there. Akujin, did we ever go away?
Nope.
We went over there, but we never went away.
Yeah, I've been doing this now with you for, what, 2 or 3 years?
It's running on 3 years. It's got to be running on 3 years by fucking now. Which
There
is
have
crazy.
been times where we've changed
Because
channel,
people-
but yeah,
People
never got
will
anywhere.
still go up to Akujin. They'll still go up to Blossom. They'll still go up to them and say, he'll turn on you just like he turned on all of his friends back in the day. 1, they weren't my friends. 2, I've been around these people longer than I was ever around any of those fucking people. Massive thing there. But people ignore that.
Yeah.
Akujin's been around a fuck ton longer than I was around Failure, stupid ass.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about failure.
Oh, you want to? Do you really want to ask about Failure?
Well,
Because I will tell you about Failure.
One thing I wanted to ask was, did you have like? I remember a while back something about like owed him money or some shit
Owed
during
him
that
money.
whole during the whole Kumite.
You mean Ralph?
Look,
Sorry, you mean
no.
no,
Whiskey?
failure. Every day
Yeah,
that
failure.
failure is alive, he needs to thank his lucky scars that I never came to collect. Just, failure lives because I am a nice man. You have no idea how much. I gave failure enough money for him to buy a house.
Oh wow.
He could have bought a house. You know what he did with it? Wasted it.
Hmm.
You want to know who was the intermediary between me and failure for that money?
Who was?
She in the chat saying that I still haven't turned on her. By the way, I'm the only one through this whole thing who kept their girl. Did you ever notice that?
That's true.
Isn't that something? Weird shit. Weird shit all around. But do you think I owe failure money? Take a guess. Just if you had to guess, even before walking in here, we'll go with that. Before walking in here, do you really think I owed failure money?
Well, I mean, it has been years, so I figured if you did, you would have paid him by now.
You think
So,
that years make people pay people? Oh, I have sad news.
well, that's true because I owe my aunt $1,000 and I ain't paid her back in 3 years. So there you go.
Oh my god. Well, there's that. But then I can also point out the case. Do you remember Broski, who came on the show time to time?
Yeah.
He borrowed money from Vamp. It's been years. He now tells people that, oh, it wasn't a loan. He don't know her.
Well, he
There's
said it
proof
wasn't
for
a
it and
loan,
everything.
and then
People
he
ignore
said
it.
fuck her. He said a lot of different things.
Oh, he said all kinds of horrible shit. He was horrible to Vamp after Vamp was good enough to loan him money. Another case of it. After I gave failure all that money, enough to buy a house even, you get to the point where Andy stole failure's money. Do you remember that?
Didn't Andy give him a channel though? I
What?
remember that.
No.
I thought he gave him like the Purple Dragon channel. He's gonna set him up with a channel or something.
Okay. One, even if he did, it had a couple thousand subscribers and he had taken $2,500 from him. You don't get to steal $2,500 from me and put my account in the negative, like it was in the red.
Mm.
You don't get to do that to me and then say, I'll give you a YouTube channel. But he had told him he'll pay him back once they were all buddy-buddy. You see, and that's kind of fucked up for over here because actually, Akujin, do you want to say why that was fucked up? I'll let you say why that was fucked up.
What, the fucking Andy ripping
Why-
failure
yeah.
off?
Why was it fucked up?
It was
After all the shit that happened there, after Andy robbed him and all that shit, and then he went back to Andy and Andy never even paid him back. What made that extra fucked up to you?
the fact that we had already set up. I heard about it. I felt bad for him. So I'm like, this is fucked up, right before Christmas and shit. So we put on a show, and hey, fucking Andy ripped failure off. This is right before Christmas. This is a pretty shitty thing to do. And so a lot of people over here donated and gave him money. We gave all the super chats that day to him, and Tonka just straight out gave him money on the side. So he got his money back.
We got
from
him
over
his money
here.
back. That was the goal that day. After everybody had done what they did, they almost, just the people here who watch, had almost got him all his money back. And one thing that I'll say openly now, I never wanted to do it, and Akujin convinced me to do it because I was already over failure pretty fucking much by this point and could not stand him. But Akujin's like, this is fucked up what happened to him. And I'm like, dude, he'll be cool with Andy again in 15 fucking minutes. It doesn't matter. This is a waste of time. Sure enough, it was. But Akujin talked me into doing it. We did it. And once they got it where it was, I put in the rest of the money and he was back where he was before. And there, he had that. He then promptly turned on everybody, lied about everybody, and proceeded to try to buddy up to the guy who had just robbed him and all of us had paid him back for. And I say all of us because, I mean, it was a lot of people. People who never super chat and never donate and never do that. They did that day because he was robbed like 4 fucking days before Christmas, and it was fucked up.
Damn, it is fucked.
He stole $2,500 out of his account 4 fucking days before Christmas. He got people. Akujin even came at me with the man, it's Christmas. Like I'm being like, I don't want anything to do with it. And Akujin's like, come on. It's Christmas. And it fucking is
I didn't
I still
know
think-
what I didn't know what failure was like at the time. I thought failure was. I believed the hype about failure, the one he wants to put out, that he's basically a good guy that just always runs into trouble and has bad luck and people do him wrong, yada yada.
Yeah, same.
You believe that?
At first.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well, he's good at
That's what I thought.
he's good at selling that. I believed it. You
He's one of
believed
the
it at
most
some
fucking
point,
people on the
Tonka.
I mean,
So don't be hating on
us.
us.
You know.
You bought it
there's
too.
Cool Dog. It was one of my last donations.
But then again, like I'm saying though, I'm going by one side of the story. You know, I never heard the other side. You know. Of
No,
course I never asked. But
I can get it.
until now.
I can get it.
Yeah.
All right, but didn't the other side of the story sound dumb?
Yeah, in a way, it did definitely.
Like I had all this money, but I also didn't have all this money, because that's the other thing is they'll tell you
Yeah.
I hoard all the money, but I'm also poor.
Yeah, how's that work?
I pay failure, but I didn't pay him enough. Or something, right? Even though
Yeah.
I'm the only person who ever paid anybody to sit there and press buttons. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was the only
Fucking
person
wormhole.
paying people, but I was the terrible person. I would randomly go out and find artists to make avatars for random people in chats and on Twitter who were just whoever.
Yeah.
Like, I was never stingy with the money. I don't like the fucking, spout off about like charities and, nice things that I did and shit. It doesn't matter. But I was not, I've never been that way. Failure
Yeah.
he needed help where he was at in life. Fine, I'm cool helping him. Here's the issue with that though. If I'm doing that for you, then motherfucker, how dare you come back and ask me for shit once you've already shown that you ain't grateful for it? And that's what he did. After he had already pulled some shit with Andy, and I didn't bother with him anymore. He came back and wanted to do the show again because that's where people wanted to see failure. They wanted to see him over here talking with me and blah blah blah, and I paid him. Andy doesn't pay. So that was a problem.
My next question is, I know this might kind of burn some bridges. You know, I'm not a commentary channel, nothing like that. You know, I'm just a bystander. I just watch the stuff. But I am.
Your life's probably
kind
better that way.
Yeah. And reasons to why I'm asking this was because I tend to watch these people still to this day and participate in their chat, and I doubt they'll watch y'all because they just dismiss y'all as kumatards, and
They
whatever,
watch.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to ask the reason why you and Tommy C had a falling out. What caused that?
We never did. That's kind
Really?
of that's one of the brutal things that shows how lame this community is. All right, so me and Tommy C never had a falling out. I told Nick Diorio that I wasn't his friend.
Yeah.
And then the guy that was giving Tommy C free art doxed somebody on air. Or the guy they did it on their show. We can play that for you if you want. And when that happened, and we were calling it out, all of a sudden Tommy starts saying that we're worse than all that and talk shit about us. And I was like, wow, Tommy. Okay, we'll prove it. And he wouldn't. And he refused. He's not going to talk about it because he knows he's full of shit. And he just didn't want to call out the people that were giving him art.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I was to join a shop from the point server and get on his show, he'd probably blow me up. I was even asked the question. So
okay, would you like to hear it? And you can tell me yourself how you feel about what you hear on it. Like you tell me if we were fucked up to bring this up and tell them that they should call this shit out. Like, I can play the thing that was the first time that Tommy starts talking shit about us.
All right.
Akujin, you got that? That you should play. This is always something that when we play it to people, they never believe that somebody was this stupid on air. Just this brazen. And then had Augie and fucking Tommy and Diorio, all of them running interference for them. Just because they draw Nick's fucking profile picture.
And they also try to make that reach where they showed a snippet from the Discord server where some people are talking about the Morning Decay Twitter, which had Rob's full name in it, and they try to claim that as people in here are trying
His
to
Twitter name is Rob LeBlanc.
Yeah, and they were trying to push the narrative of
they were trying to say that we were doxing.
Yeah, this is a doxing server
because we had his tweet.
Yep.
Damn, it's like me putting my name out there and then somebody saying I'm getting doxxed. What the fuck?
It's pretty brutal, the shit that people will ignore being doxing versus the shit they will call doxing if they can say it against somebody who they don't like.
I mean, because I see doxers fly all the time in like their chats. That's what worries me. I know if that was the situation here or not.
Take a guess. Hold on. Everybody, no, shh. While Akujin's finding this,
I already found it.
You tell me. Do you think that I've ever doxed somebody?
Well, if you're not airing that person, I don't see why would you. You don't care about this shit, so why would you dox?
Are you confident in that guess?
Yeah.
That is the first thing that you've come in right with. I've never felt the need.
Yeah.
I don't have to. It's just so it's. Again, I'll say this, and it's my feelings on it. It's not that I necessarily care about doxing, or that I necessarily am a big, on a fucking high horse. It's not that.
Yeah.
I've never felt the need, and if I dodge having anything to do with that situation, I don't have to worry about that situation. And that's all it's ever been. Meanwhile, you'll have people like Medicare that will make a 4-video series about a doxing server that never existed, but he wouldn't make one fucking tweet about Ralph's doxing server that we all know did.
Wait, you talk about the one server that never exists. Is that the Kraut server?
Yeah.
The gay ops and all that shit started?
That wasn't real.
Then why'd you say we're all allowed one gay op? And they said one op to rule them all. What was that about?
Did you listen to that conversation?
I just heard the clip in the the song making fun of you go by boulders. So
okay, so you heard that clip. So you heard me saying, "Oh well, sure, yeah, everybody's owed one gay op."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would be in a very long conversation where we were talking about how everybody had pulled a bunch of gay ops on people. So it'd be like, well, yeah, everybody gets owed one gay op, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a fucking. You can find a clip of me saying I'm gay if you want.
That one's true.
I'm just saying, like it's a clip.
Yeah.
What would be the gay op? Was the gay op that I was working with Sargon the entire time to infiltrate everybody? Because I have heard that theory. That's amazing.
Supposedly the original thing was, I remember Kiwi Farm, Josh Moon talking about this, where he said something about where somebody worked with Kraut to try to dox Jim and get paid $1,000 or whatever. Then they played the clip in the song, you saying we're all owed one gay op. So that was spin the narrative to make you think, make everybody think that you were the one that did the gay ops. If you think about it.
I don't have to care who Jim is. Again, he's a drunk guy dying at this point.
I know, I'm just saying,
Like,
I'm just going by what I was fed.
Well, no, again, this is that weird, overinflated sense of self-importance that these cringy internet people have.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude who runs Kiwi Farms?
Yeah, Josh Moon.
That dude?
Farms.
Well, yeah. Not having a functioning penis explains a lot of his life.
True.
It explains a lot. But then you also have the weird shit about pedophilia allegations with him, and he wants everybody to face consequences except for him, and that's why he's ran to another country
Mm.
and is avoiding consequences for some things that he needs to own up for, which is really funny. Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
Isn't that
pretty
something?
fucking hilarious.
I'm just saying. This is how these people are. They don't
It's all
have
a show.
anything. Well, it's not even a show. It's not entertaining unless you fucking really care about other people on the internet. And a lot of the time, fucking people will say that about me, but the only people I talk about are people who I have interactions with or who I know about.
I just
Like,
like
I'm having back
Bloodsports
and
back in the
forths.
day. I just like Bloodsports back in the day because it was something different. You know,
I
you
hear
never
that
had
a
people.
lot, but what was different
Yeah.
about it? That people were having actual interactions about real discourse? You know, I actually have a disagreement with you. That's all that was happening. You know when it
Mhm.
became lame? When everybody and their mother wanted to get in on it and just make shit
Yeah.
up and pretend they had a problem and do a bunch of fake shit and then convince
make your own
themselves that
drama.
everything was fake.
Yeah, make your own drama. I get it.
Yeah,
Just for super chats.
exactly. Do you know the whole reason that Andy ended up killing things off back on his channel when he was like, I don't want to do the show on this channel anymore, and then he got all buddy with like anybody who didn't like me. You remember this?
Was that before or after JF?
Right after JF.
Nah.
Okay. Well, he had called this is after he had lost. Well, no, JF may have still been there, and he was just doing the Kumite there in the morning, and then that. One day, the show made $280. He freaked out. He was like, "This can't work. That's too little. It's got to make more money." It had like 2,000 viewers or something that day, and like made like $280. That won't work. Do you not think that Andy would kill for $280 days at this point?
Yeah, he would.
He'd kill for it.
Hell, I would. Shit.
Do you want to know something else?
Mm.
I never had a negotiation to get any money out of Andy when I was on his channel. When I was on Failure's channel, here's something they'll never tell you. I never took a penny. We did the show on Failure's channel for 2 months. I won't tell you how much money he made on that because it ain't nobody's business. But it wasn't a little amount, and I did not take a penny from him. He asked me how much I wanted at the end of the first month, and I said, "Not a dime. You do what you want to with it." I was the only one who paid anybody. That's what I'm saying. And they were all very worried about money. Even though I don't know, I was trying to tell them all the time that they needed to put it into other things and they needed to get themselves involved into other stuff and start using that money to farm more money. And they never did. I tried to teach them how to do some of what I did on a smaller scale, even like, try to, well, not Andy that much. Failure I did. He wanted to know. I was trying to teach him because he
Yeah.
had nothing. He was living on his brother's couch, and he never got off his brother's couch. No matter how
Mm.
much money I sent him, he was always on that fucking couch.
Damn.
I should
Love
have
that
picked up
couch.
on that. I should have picked up on that. I gave a lot of money to a really dumb bum.
See, I kind of feel like I got into internet blood sports kind of halfway. What started internet blood sports? Was it the Sargon versus other thing debate, Richard Spencer, or was it, just something random started it?
No. First mention of it being called that, I think Mundane Matt and Johnny Fox were on the show.
Mm.
A little bit after that, Andy started copying me. A little bit after that, I think Bake showed up. A little bit after that, Bake died, and then Ralph showed up.
Oh God,
And
baked Alaska. That's a whole nother can of worms. Fucking Black
yeah,
Alaska. Hate
he's
them
about to be
motherfuckers.
in jail. I think
Good.
maybe
Hope he fucking rots. I never
that's
liked
kind
that
of
fucker.
the. Well,
I mean, how could you go
I
from
never
working
liked
for
any of them.
BuzzFeed and try to say you're alt right? You see her. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, how do
You know.
people buy into any of it? How do you buy
I
into
know.
Ralph being on the right when his girlfriend's BLM and he's giving her all the money?
Yeah.
Like, what's
What
the
got me
thing?
with Ralph was the whole pill stream shit.
That's what got you with Ralph?
Yeah, I was like,
Of
nah,
all
fuck
the
this.
shit to get you
Well,
with it was the fact that he's a pillhead?
That the kitty fucking thing, but yeah.
Well, all right, there's that. Revenge porn. Did you see how that happened?
Oh yeah, the dude was live streaming, and that dude was in
Yeah.
love with that chick, and he showed her the fucking clip, showed him the clip live on stream.
That's how Ralph does shit. He's a scum rat. There's plenty of terrible shit with that fucking guy.
What is it? Did you see him do meth?
Oh yeah, I saw that too. I saw that clip.
Think about all the shit that's happened in the 2 years since all this was done.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all the times you've heard about them doing dumb, awful, terrible shit.
Yeah.
Okay, have you heard me doing anything?
Not really. You kind of just got in your own little hole of the internet, and just did your own thing.
I mean,
No, I'm in the
to
same
be
place
fair,
I always was. They just stay away from here because they like to pretend they moved me.
Yeah.
They didn't.
They spin that narrative they kicked you out or whatever, and some shit. You got BTFO'd or whatever.
Yeah, it didn't happen. I'm here. Same place I always been. I
on
have
that
the
note,
same.
I gotta leave. So
Oh.
you guys have fun.
Legal.
Bacon. So enjoy being a kumatard now. I'm sorry about that. It's a thing that's going to be thrust upon you if you ever associate publicly around these parts. But you'll at least get Kool-Aid. So anyway,
There are worse things.
have a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, always lost on nothing else says Wild Smile is
Oh,
legit.
and by the way, I didn't ask him to be with me. He asked me if I
Oh.
wanted him to, because I know how the situation was here. I haven't been on this stream, so
That's legal. That's legal. I misunderstood then.
yeah, you're good.
But well, hold on. Let me grab these things. Also in 2002, Croaxis came out to a roaring applause. Came out of the closet to a roaring applause. Okay. Gadfly threw to and said, "This name is Bacon. I like him already." Godart threw in and said, "Leader has good takes as always." Anthony threw in and said, "Boobs is best. Changed my mind." I think everybody likes boobs. And the last bit, Gadfly threw in. So, what you're saying is Kuji owes us money? I think that's back from the failure conversation where you would talk me into doing that. Maybe you do. Maybe failure owes people money, or not failure, but Akujin. It depends. Maybe. I don't know, the idea behind most things on the internet is they tell their story and then they do whatever they do with it. They move along, don't move along, lie about it, whatever they have to do about it. That's kind of how everybody operates that I've seen on the internet. It's better for them to just tell people that we're not here. And then when people find out that we are here, they just tell them and everyone around them, don't listen to them, they're kumatards. And that's how they operate. They close their ears. We are the fucking he who shall not be named of the internet. I will wear it as a badge of honor for the rest of my everything that fucking Medicare dork called me the devil one time. That's amazing. Okay? Out of all the people that he's talked to, some guy who didn't think he was cool was the devil. That was my crime, is that I found out he was full of shit about the Kraut server, and I didn't think he was that cool. Everybody else licked his boots, kissed his ring, thought he was amazing.
I thought he bought a fucking hat, so he got me sold. So
you bought a hat.
Didn't you see my Discord logo?
I see. All right, I see your Discord logo.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody knows who you are, so I won't get weird about it. But I gotta ask, what were you thinking when you bought the guy who says to never buy merchandise?
I don't know. He used to shill for his shit, so.
You didn't.
Didn't start here, Zod.
Real quick, before we show him the doxing on the air thing, I'm gonna send you another clip. I want you to play this for him real quick.
I remember a while back during the Kobe streams, he was talking about how he was gonna take all the hats, super chat money, and build him a bunker to hide away from COVID and shit or whatever. That was probably just sarcasm, knowing him. But then again, it
Okay.
could be true.
Well, isn't
I
that
want
exactly what
you-
he did?
Hold on. I want
Yeah,
you to
sure.
think about everything that you've seen from him in the past 2 years. The channel memberships, turning on super chats, the Patreon, the hat atop your noggin. Think about all of that. And I want you to look at this video that we're or just listen to this video. It's going to be on Akujin's live deal. Are you in the
All right.
live deal?
How do I get in? I mean,
Okay.
I'm not cool. I'm not new. I'm new. It's kind of new to this whole Discord shit, but yeah.
Legal. Can you click his name and it'll say watch? Will it let you do that?
Did I click Akujin's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, go over to the pump the numbers thing up. It's gold. We'll look at this in a second, but first I want to look at the other. Okay.
We've allowed these
Everybody
fuckers
else
to
can
get out
hear
of
this.
control. Absolutely out of control. They get these subs, they get these favorites, and they literally measure their self-worth by it. I mean, think of how pathetic that is. Think of how pathetic it is to measure your self-worth by your view count, by your star count, by your sub count. I mean, what kind of life are you leading where that is what you measure your worth by? It's not the deeds you did or the people you know or the things you've done in life, but YouTube, of all fucking things, is how you measure your worth? That's fucking pathetic. And I see this everywhere, and it just drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because they have this sense, it's this entitlement that they think they're owed. They think they really are owed this. That we should submit, that we should bow down and recognize their genius. And they will go on rants and tirades about shit. They will blame us for drama. They will blame us for drama, of all fucking things. We didn't start the drama, motherfucker. You did. You did by getting out of control. Me telling you that you're out of control is not the drama. You throwing a fit and sicking your fanboys on me, that's the fucking drama. You're the cause of the drama, motherfucker. Not me. Not people like me, not other people on the internet who disagree with your bullshit. You are the cause of it.
Now, does that sound like me or does that sound like Jim?
Sounds like Jim, actually.
But doesn't that sound like shit that I would say?
Not really.
That's what I told Jim.
Really?
Whenever Jim got mad and told me that I was telling him he was getting out of control and he was being a fucking idiot and he was being dumb and he's selling merch and he let all this shit go to his head. And he's the one sitting over there watching Mundane Matt's sub count like he doesn't have anything better to do with his life. That's shit that I say, man. You may not have been around in the past few years, but that's the shit I say. Is Jim that guy anymore?
Nah, not really. He's
He's selling you hats.
Quarantine Coof. That's about it.
Yeah. That guy, I get what he's saying. That guy sounds like a real guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that you see these days and had been around for the past several years, he's full of shit. He just wants to make money. That guy would get his shit kicked in by that guy that you just listened to, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. Here's the problem that me and Jim had. I will always be that guy. That was the clash. I'm not interested in sub counts. I don't care how many fans somebody has. If I think you're full of shit, I think you're full of shit. I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah.
I'm not on the internet trying to chum up to people and shit like that. That's not what I do. That was the problem with me. He's not my father figure like he is for Ralph. He's some dork.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That shit when Ralph was like sucking him off was so fucking cringy. Now that I think about it. Like Ralph couldn't run a kill stream without Jim being there, is what it felt like.
Well,
But
that
then
probably
again-
fell apart for him because, again, it was his father figure. Like, that's the dude who he was trying to impress every time he spoke into a microphone.
Yeah. I mean, he even said that shit back on the Pill stream, talking about how much he loved Jim, that got him back in Gamergate and all that shit. And then if he
Did
won't
you
for
hear
that,
the
you
part
know.
on the pill stream where he was saying that he had told me to just take the money and he didn't know why I didn't just take the money?
Yeah.
Wasn't that weird? Wasn't that a weird
Mhm.
thing to hear?
Yeah.
Did that raise your eyebrows at all?
That's what made me starting to question things.
Good. It should. That was a real conversation. Dude was trying to tell me, don't worry about any of that shit. Just take the money. Because Jim and Ralph wanted me to just take the money and go along with shit. You'll also notice as soon as I left, that's when the blood sports went away, bud. Because when you don't have anybody but internet dorks doing it, it's internet dorks. It is what it is.
Now to go forward, like out of IBS to where we're at now, to where the reason why I wanted to get here to begin with, because the reason as to why I even know about IBS or anything, this may sound weird, but YouTube has that weird algorithm where it'll throw you down a rabbit hole.
Mm?
And the very first stream I watched other than Tommy C was Augie, the Susie Lou shit, the Boulderversary 2, pretty much. You know, with her, Tipster, Steve Joe, all that shit. And the Mark After Dark shit and everything.
Uh-huh.
You heard about that, right?
Oh, I've heard some about it.
Yeah.
People
Well,
have several
supposedly,
interpretations of this one event.
yeah. I've listened to the stream like numerous times, you know, to see if I missed anything, you know, because I like to, you know, go through shit and listen to shit
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while, twice, just to, you know, because sometimes I listen to shit while I'm working and I don't really pay attention, you know.
Legal.
But supposedly the whole gist of the story was Mark After Dark took a clip of Susie Lou crying and he like clipped it up and made it transformative.
All
So
right,
Susie struck it
here's the
down.
trick. It wasn't necessarily transformative. He took it and he put it at the beginning of his. He took a clip, he played it straight through the beginning. Now, is it transformative? Maybe, probably. Ain't worth fighting about, and they took it off within 3 days.
Yeah. And then that guy made it more drama because the Mark After Dark did, because he felt like he said himself, he felt like he was shouting at the void.
Mm-hmm.
Because they even said on the stream like, why didn't you tell us this, you know, before the whole Susie No shit happened, when she released the flag history and everything.
Well, all right. We have a lot. There's a
Lot,
lot of things.
lot to unpack, I know.
Well, no, there's a lot of things with all the Susie Lou shit. And it ends up becoming a big bunch of question. But
Yeah.
before we get there, since I made him pull it up, we may as well play it. Do you remember a
Alright.
few minutes ago when we said that there was a guy who doxed somebody on air and they were all cool with it just because of free art?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the thing where me and Tommy quit. Apparently, we are now not cool, and it was a public thing. It was because we called this out, and he did not like it.
Mm.
That is what it is. So flip back it. Do that one, Akujin. It's a hell of a piece of audio, and it sat there for a year. But apparently, it's not worth responding to. They say.
So what I'm getting from this is it feels like that it's cool if they do it, but if anybody else does it, it's, you know, not cool at all.
You're starting to pick up on a trend, are you?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Get a load of this.
And it's nothing I did. That's the great part. It's all shit that you fucking idiots did yourselves to yourselves. So why don't you go tell your little buddy Kevin to get a life? All right?
Kevin?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The person that is concerned now knows. All right? So, and if he gets mad at me, don't worry. It's his PayPal information. It's not a dox.
So that was Broski on the Morning Decay.
Right.
Who there?
What do you think about that? Hold on. What do you think about that?
So it said it was his PayPal information, but it wasn't a doc.
It's your PayPal information. It ain't a dox.
He was telling somebody in the chat to fuck off, and then he name dropped their first name to intimidate them. So don't worry, it's not your docs, it's your PayPal information.
Damn.
Somebody did that to you, would you consider it doxing?
I mean, if they can get to my credit card or anything like that, then that
Well, no,
that can
here's
lead
the
back to
thing.
info.
It's even if let's say they couldn't get to your phone. It's or they're not supposed to, or what the fuck ever. Whatever it may be, somebody comes out, says your name, says that. It's like, wait, that's not cool. What are you doing that? What are you doing with that?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, these are people who will try to call others out for doxing. They will swear that other people are doxers, but they'll do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem very cool.
Yeah, not really.
But that got ignored. And we were awful for calling that out. That's why
fucked.
Tommy C and me don't get along. That
Yeah,
was
I can
the
see
day.
why. That's fucked. I mean, you
Well-
were doing what they were doing, calling people out, and they just disavowed you and like, fuck you, you know, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm terrible because I called that out that day. And Tommy put
Yeah.
out a tweet saying that we're doing worse than that. We do far worse. That's why it says in his little bio right there, it's worse than Broski. Because that's
Oh,
what
wow.
Tommy C said we were. We're worse than Broski. It's like, okay, well, that doesn't mean your buddy Broski's okay. But two, what do we do that's worse than Broski? He had nothing. But you were talking about the Susie Lou thing after that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Boulderversary Part 2, I guess.
See, all right, so you call it Boulderversary. Do you remember the thing with the boulders? What
Oh
makes
yeah,
it amazing?
Monday Mac going out collecting boulders. Oh yeah.
Okay, do you know what makes that kind of the most amazing thing ever for me?
What's that?
I was the one getting flagged. Okay, it wasn't Ralph or any of them. I was the one being flagged. Did you know that I didn't care that much? That I was over it within like a month or two. Like I threw jokes out, I threw some jabs, I talked some shit for like the first week. By the second week,
remember,
I was over it. By the
I also remember
second month,
Dame Pesos got flagged too.
oh, Dame Pesos got flagged for sure.
Yeah, because
But
Matt got mad at the Soulless Matt show.
well, the thing with Dame Pesos is he would legit
still
just
around? Is he
repost
still
a lot of his
alive?
shit. Well, he doesn't post as much because he got demonetized because he does nothing but
I
re-upload
see him on
people's
Twitter.
shit.
I used to follow him on Twitter. I don't see him on Twitter anymore.
He may not be around anymore. Akujin does a good Dame Pesos. He could replace him if you want.
Well, I've heard that.
He's pretty decent. But I was never big on I thought he was annoying as shit. But he got a couple flags. Sure.
I will say this though, the funniest thing I think he ever did is when that time he took Flamenco and had him saying Ralph the whole time when, you know, he was trying to do that intervention for Ralph back in the day. The whole Gator
They did
shit.
an intervention for Ralph.
They tried to.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah. And Flamenco was trying to help him, and then Ralph like thought he was trying to fight him. He's like, he wanted to put I don't put it on air, put it on air. Flamenco's like, no, I don't want to, you know. That was during the pill stream. And then like I think Dame came in later, started playing the Ralph thing.
That's
If I remember correctly. But yeah.
Threatening Alex with someone else's docs was the best 4D chess move ever. It was something. Anyway, so the whole thing with like the flag, I got past it pretty quick. So I always hear people bring up the Matt thing. Like, would I talk to Matt today? Yeah, I could talk to Matt today. Are we best friends? No. Do I hate him? No. It's whatever, and it was years
supposedly
ago.
he got his life together. You know, he's got a job and everything else now. Supposedly,
dude, his life always seemed to be pretty together, dude. He had a family. He's still with them, right?
True.
Okay, so compare his life to the people saying his life isn't together. Like Ralph. He lives in his mom's fucking shed. They have built a shed onto the house.
Oh my God.
He is live streaming for income. Releasing revenge porn of his high school. Dude, come on. Who has their life together out of the group?
Yeah.
And they
Makes
talk
sense.
about Kraut. Kraut's life's pretty together. Matt's
Yeah,
life's pretty together.
Kraut made a comeback. I will give him that.
Yeah. People don't like it, but the people whose lives aren't together, Andy, Ralph, Jim, those people's lives are not together.
Now, the reason I knew about the whole, supposedly the first narrative was, you nuked your channel back in the day. I heard that on the Cognitive Thought stream. Like, do you still talk to him, or
I would rather chew off my own leg than talk to Cog. Yeah. He's obnoxious as shit. I've tried to talk to him a few times, and I've saved his neck a few times on some things. People have even brought me stories about Cog that weren't true, and I'm not going to run them. I don't like Cog, but I'm not going to lie about him.
Yeah.
He obsessively does not like me, but for me, Cog is... He didn't even matter back in the day, man. Never mind now.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking like now fuck.
Yeah, now he just watches clips, and yeah, I tuned into one of his streams a while back.
How was that?
Some of it was kind of entertaining. A lot of it was boring.
A lot of it was boring. How do you like GIFs? Do you like being spammed with GIFs?
Not really.
You like that? Do you like seeing memes that are old enough to drink at this point?
That's true.
You saw those, didn't you? You remember
Oh, yeah.
those?
Oh,
Holy shit, is that a mundane Matt meme?
yeah.
Holy shit, that's a meme from when you were cool with Tonka. It's been years, Cog. Yeah. That's Cog. Cog came around. I forgot about this. Chosen has reminded me. Cog came to our stream and was mad that we were doing donations to Toys for Tots last Christmas, and it was so dumb.
Why would you get mad about that? What the fuck?
Because you're Cog, and you have to be mad about anything Tonky does.
Mm.
No matter what our Tonky does, we have to get mad about it.
So, do you still think to this day that Bo Blacks is still stealing content? Because I remember
I
you
don't
and Nick
know.
had that argument. Because he
Well,
sells archive channel.
okay, well, what do you think? Do you think he steals content?
I mean, not recently. Recently, he's been doing live streams, but in the past, yeah,
Well,
kind of
hold
sketchy.
on.
But
Isn't
then
that
again,
funny? Hold
but
on
then
though, Mr.
again,
Big. Oh, go
no,
ahead.
no.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, let me finish. But then again, a lot of those people he re-uploaded gave him permission, so then I guess it could be an archive stream, like how Jim didn't care if, like, Fembot or anybody else, re-upload his shit.
Well, I'll tell you this. I know that Keemstar didn't. I
Yeah,
know
that's
that
right.
I
remember King
didn't.
got mad about it.
I know Billy the Fridge didn't. And those were
Pokemon
his
did.
most viewed ones back in the day. And of
Actually,
course he's doing live streams on there. As I told everybody, he was just putting up archives of other people's content to get the views and the watch time up so that he could live stream there and get super chats. Spoiler, guess what he did? You just told me. He now does live streams and collects super chats there. And that's something.
Yeah.
I thought it was an archive channel. Why is it also a live stream channel? Also, why is there ads running on my content on your archive channel? Thought it was an archive. What's going on? So you got to pick one, right? It's either an archive channel or it's a live stream channel. And if it's an archive, you can't even have monetary anything on it. But again, I don't even think that you can really have an archive on YouTube. But if I'm even going to entertain the argument, you have to have some sort of integrity to said archive, yes?
Yeah.
Is that me being unreasonable, or am I asking for at least some tiny bit of putting something behind it other than taking other people's content?
I feel like as long as you make it transformative, you can be an archive. But I don't know how you can make an archive transformative.
Have you ever looked at his other channel?
Those two things are mutually exclusive. All right, transformative means untouched. Archive. I mean, archive means untouched. Transformative means you change the content to make it yours.
Yeah.
They cannot be the same.
Added edits and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't archive it and edit it at the same time. You got to pick one. And again, this is shit that no one will talk about, and they want to act like we're being crazy and unreasonable when the reality is they want to steal content and monetize it and then talk shit about people when they're not doing that. Because Susie Lou did not do that. All you have to do is go and look at her channel. But people wouldn't even do that. People wouldn't even go and look at Boblax's channel.
Yeah.
People don't want to go look. All you have to do is look for yourself. Susie Lou is doing transformative content. Whether you think it's transformative enough or whatever, fine, whatever. It's not up for any of us to judge, but it's definitely transformative. It's definitely edited. It's definitely not
Yeah.
the full episodes. That's
Right.
not even a conversation. That's
Now,
just
see-
reality.
Now, see, here's the thing. There's this music creator I watch on YouTube called No Life Shack, and the way he does transformative is like he'll listen to a song, then he'll stop 10 seconds in and give his opinion, and he'll listen for another 10 seconds and do it like that. That's considered transformative.
Sure.
Now, if somebody's doing a video, will that be considered transformative? Like, say, for example, somebody was watching this live stream and wanted to, critique it.
Well,
Long as they
for
pause
me,
and
I
just
would let
transformative?
somebody go through it and throw out their critiques. But again, it's up to the copyright holders or
varies.
whatever.
Yeah,
And
you're
if it
right.
gets
Yeah.
fought, then it has to get thrown up to the people and what they think isn't transformative. And none of
Yeah.
us are there yet.
Yeah.
None of us are there yet. By the way, I have to address an argument going on in the Discord. Ass is best. Ass is great. Just saying. They're having the boobs and ass fight. Ass is great.
Oh.
Pretty great. Anyway,
Yeah, it's definitely.
the Mona Lisa agrees with Boblax. Checkmate. Did you ever hear that? Were you around for when John Swan came over here and explained to us how we were wrong about copyright?
I remember he tried to get you in a stream or whatever, and like he kept
But you
saying
didn't
were
know that
running.
he showed up that day, did you?
Nah, he cut the
Okay,
stream.
and you also didn't know that I had told him beforehand, I don't really want to be on your channel. So yeah, we'll do it over here. Because he had said he wanted to get on my stream. I said, okay, that's cool. I don't really want to be on your channel, so just show up when you do. And now, if he would have came at me and said, I want to live stream it too, I would have said, okay. But he was trying to be slick, and then he thought that I would go along with it. And I'm not a fucking idiot. So I made him sit there, go through all that, and then he came on the live stream and it looked like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because spoiler, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he is. He's really fucking.
Well, everybody says that now, but nobody said that then. Nick, when he came in here talking about copyright, he was spouting the John Swan argument. So when you asked me earlier, do I think Nick was wrong? I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, now.
Yeah. I'm not the most crazy, unreasonable guy ever, but it's very wise to paint me in that light because I don't really want to be any of their friends, and I don't care about their sub counts.
Right.
I don't care.
And when you also hear like 4 different creators spitting the same narrative, it kind of makes you think, the same thing. In a way, at least it's how I do things. I used to think if 2 people say the same thing, it's got to be true. But now I'm starting to where I'm like, well, I want to hear the other side of the story.
Well, if there's a bunch of people saying the same thing on the internet, you should probably think about, do they have a vested interest in saying that?
Nah.
Why would you not want people to know that I'm around? Maybe because I do live streams where I talk about all the things that they do, where they lie on pretty much a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. That's the issue with me.
It's just how they all just so ready to just dunk on Swan like that. I mean, granted, they claimed that, they questioned his integrity, because they defended him during the whole Dream shit, They were so quick to defend him, but then they were so quick to turn on him afterwards.
Can I ask you something real? Well, actually, go ahead, leader. I have been hogging our guests. Go ahead. You get to meet leader now.
All right.
I can't all right. So, I've been thinking about it. Right, it doesn't. So they say that they like did this because they really call out their friends, right? But I mean, you go back a day or two before all this, and they were literally defending Swan on the
Pie Man.
on the Pie Man situation. They were defending Swan with the Dream stuff, and if you're willing to defend him for that, they essentially I like looking at it like post hoc. I just don't think that was the reason his channel should have been blown up. It's like essentially like they destroyed his channel because they lied to it. He lied to them. Maybe his channel's not completely destroyed, but it kind of looks that way. And this is going to be a hot take, but I mean, if John Swan's thing deserved to go down, for the Pieman stuff, that was repulsive. Not for the fucking it does not deserve to go down because he lied to their friends. I mean, sure, that makes him a bad friend. That makes him you know, a lot of things, but I don't know, man. So
And that shit with Cord with too, that's what pissed me off too, where he pretty much Cord was talking about he might as well go and upload his video and off himself afterwards. I'm like, that's so fucked. You know.
Here's another thing for you, just to mull around in your head. What does it say about this group of people that they were cool with John Swan painting a 15-year-old as a pedophile and trying to force him off of the internet when he was having suicidal thoughts, and then getting mad at him when he came back and hadn't committed suicide? They stood idly by and didn't care about that.
Yeah.
But they got mad because he trolled a YouTuber with a few million subs. What does that say? What does that say to you?
It was for clout, my opinion.
Doesn't it? Isn't that what it sounds like?
Yep.
Well, what it says to me is that they didn't give a shit about any of that. John Swan's real crime was making them look stupid. When John Swan...
That's what I was bouncing off of earlier. When I was sorry to cut you off, but I was bouncing off earlier. I was talking about the whole where like Augie got all pissed off and was talking about how that he backed Swan and all this shit, and then like I know, and Nick had that call where he's talking about with Swan. He's like, I never had to take a video down, that, and all this shit. So I've always tried to keep integrity or whatever. Even Tommy's still on the stream, and he goes, that's full of shit, but he laughed it off, but I feel like there was some truth behind that. Like they claim this integrity and shit, but you're so quick to turn on the people you called, your supposed friends like that. It's just.
Well, I don't know.
It's
not
something.
Hold on. Isn't it something that 2 days before he does it, he told everybody that he will not be releasing the John Swan call because that would be fucked up to do 2 days later. He releases it as a premiere so he can collect super chats on it. Doesn't just release it, monetizes it. 10 out of 10, lad. That's good shit. Isn't it something?
Yeah.
But remember, I'm a bad dude.
Oh yeah, Donga bad, kind of like Orange Man in a way.
Red Man bad.
Like, yeah, exactly.
It's Red Man bad. Well, yeah, that's what it is. Everyone kind of has the Tonka derangement syndrome thing going on, because if the more people that know that I'm here, the more people know that they're full of shit, and that's reality. Like Grant in the chat, Grant does not like me. But Grant knows that I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he knows that I don't lie about people for fucking clout. And I don't care about that. Like, he knows all that shit about me, but I don't think Grant likes me. He may like me now. I don't know. But Grant was in every chat possible that did not like me before. He was in the Morning Decay. He was in fucking Doc Griffin. He was in every chat that didn't like me. And now he's here. It's just how it is.
See, what made me start to question a lot of things. Like I feel bad saying this because I was just assuming that Tipster was in the right, but I did listen to that whole Gort video last night when I was at work.
Dude,
and
Tipster, when the fight shit was going on, was trying to tell people that I was not possibly even going to the fight because I had not booked a hotel room.
Yeah.
Why would I book a hotel room to something that's 2 hours away from where I'm at?
I don't know. I will say this though. It's kind of weird how all this evolved around, the whole stream from yesterday. I saw my name getting mentioned in the Twitter mentions when Tipster replied back.
No shit.
If Tipster wouldn't reply back, I wouldn't be in this call right now.
No shit.
Weird, huh?
Wait, what happened with you and yesterday? I didn't know about that. I knew about.
Okay.
We talked to the other one, Frosty. or whatever,
Right.
but I didn't know about this. Tell
All
your
right,
story,
so
sir.
all right, so randomly I was scrolling Twitter and I saw this thing talking about where they were talking about that somebody was, I saw the video from Gord. I don't know who retweeted it, but I saw the video from Gord. I didn't watch it, I didn't watch it. I was at work, but I happened to see this tweet by this guy named Noe with like 2 followers. He blocked me afterwards, but he said something about how that the photo that was made, that tipster who's selling for merch, the photos made for Optic Decay was concept art from Mafia 2, but it's considered transformative,
Oh
because he
no.
edited it.
You didn't know that Optic traced.
I did not know that.
Oh God, dude.
Now you
Dude.
know that.
Dude, we can show you time lapse. We can show you optic tracing so many fucking things. Oh my God.
I mean, I know this kind of almost sound like a weeaboo, but I'm going to ask this. You ever heard of a guy named MyStar Media? He was a guy who got called out a while back because he traced his anime. He claimed he drew it all himself, but he actually ended up tracing it.
No, I did not know about them. Don't worry about it. Everybody's a weeb but me.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting over
I
it.
mean, I used to watch Dragon Ball back in the day. I wouldn't even say a full blown weeb. I never, have body pillow and all that stupid shit. But
Bust
Never
out
say
the
no.
body pillow.
Give Tonka a little bit of time, man. He'll be rocking out that body pillow just like you, son.
Killing me. But
But yeah,
how did his
our update care?
well, how did his thing play out? The other guy who had traced a bunch of art. How'd that go for
MyStar
him?
Media. This guy, totally not Mark, who also does anime reviews. He called him out on it. Like he was talking about his video, he made fun of it and shit. And MyStar flagged him down.
And I'm sure that escalated quickly.
Oh yeah, it did. Like everybody in the community went after him. So
See, what's weird is when I called Optic Decay out for doing that tracing on my channel, that video was flagged down.
oh wow.
Kairu. Is Kairu around? If Kairu's around, he had made a video, he gave it to me. I put it up. It was the time lapse showing him doing that. Got flagged down, no shit. Not even kidding.
Man, I wish there's a way you could see other people's flag history. I mean, I believe you, but I'd love to see that flag history.
Here's the thing with the flag history. The thing with flagging me is that people would do it on the air, dude. People would do it and then they would post that they flagged me in their Discord. We have all that.
There.
Yes. I would point out when AP was doxing. I would point out when Andy's doxing and flagging, and Ralph is doxing and flagging, and all this shit that people don't want you to do. Because what are you gonna do? You gonna dox me? Then you little fat fucks are gonna fight me. What are you gonna do? You gonna call me mean names on the internet?
What are they gonna do? Swat you? I mean, that's about it. I mean, that's all I really can do.
They keep fucking. They keep fucking around. They keep doing dumb shit. They can do that, but I'm gonna keep calling it out. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
There is some weird thing in them where they think that anybody is sweating them. Nobody's sweating them. Nobody's sweating Andy. Nobody's sweating Ralph. And nobody's sweating Jim. And nobody's sweating Tommy. Nobody's sweating Nick. For damn sure ain't nobody sweating Tipster. And don't even get me started on Augie and Boblax. Ain't nobody sweating this crew. Not a fucking one of them. Not over here that I know of. I've never went at anybody and sweated them for a second. Fuck them. That's always been my thing. There's some people who may think different and they may be like, look, it's too much on some, and they don't want it. Cool, I got it. But with me, no. I have better things to do in my life than be afraid of dorks on the internet.
Yeah.
I'd rather die.
See, I love talking. I mean, I know I hate to bring up your old past, but I love like to talk about this shit with people because I don't get a chance to, because the people I hang out with, they don't watch, YouTube as much as I do. I mean, I pretty much replace TV with YouTube because I don't like, I like user-created content more than what Hollywood puts out. It's just my opinion.
It's better to talk to the people who were involved in what happened too, and I'm not opposed to conversations.
I was
know
just
that
about
most
to
of them
say
aren't
the
about
same
to talk to
thing.
anybody else.
Yeah, now's the best time to talk about that stuff if you want to, because here's one of the people who was there, and you're reasonable and willing to have a conversation, and that's being reciprocated. So this is the good time to ask those questions.
Yeah,
I mean, I
I'll
was
answer
so
whatever.
used. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You didn't live up to the legend that I thought you was. I thought you was gonna be the spurky asshole that everybody called you. You know, the guy who just flips for no reason. You know, and just goes off and wants to fight people and all this shit. You know.
I've never flipped for no reason, and I've never wanted to beat somebody's ass for no reason. If I
Everyone's
want to
got a
beat your
reason.
ass, you're talking about messing with little kids. You're talking about messing with my family.
Oh yeah, I
I'll
agree with
whip
you
your
on that one.
fucking ass.
I agree with you on that one.
Or
Everybody does, but we have to pretend it's controversial for some reason.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Like, if it's controversial to you that a fighter and a wrestler is like, yeah, cool, I'll fight you if you do something fucked up, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. We're in a weird world.
Yeah.
here's the thing about this show, though. I mean, if you want to come on and act like a dick, then yeah, you're going to be treated like a dick. But if you
Yeah,
want to
that's what
come on and have a
Francis told me.
reasonable conversation, that's exactly
what
what you're
Caraxis
going to
told me.
get.
Yeah, that's what Caraxis told me. So
Well, yeah. So all of the people that say, "Oh yeah, Tonka just yo," look at them and the way that they behave, and then wonder, did they ever contribute to how that conversation went?
yeah.
I
It was
met
just-
Akujin because he didn't like me.
I still don't like him.
See?
Hey,
He was
sometimes you
fucking
gotta work
mad
with
at
ones
me
you don't
one day,
like,
and
I
I'm
mean, hell.
like, I got to do a show. You want to come be co-host on my show now?
Yeah,
And
I'm
he was
still
like,
mad
"What?"
at him over that.
I guess it's
Yeah.
like the old 50 Cent line from back in the day. That's we ain't buddies, we ain't partners, and we damn sure ain't friends.
Kinda. I'm not. I don't know. I get along with Akujin better than I ever did with Failure. Like at the same time, like during this show, me and Akujin have went back and forth cussing at each other in DMs. Not even lying.
Oh wow.
Well, no, it's fine. We do that.
Yeah.
You know what the difference is between him and Failure? Failure is not going to get live on the air and start crying about it and say that I treat him badly.
Oh, Failure took it seriously.
Keep in
No.
mind, I paid Failure a lot more money than I pay Akujin.
It's not the failure took it seriously, because I mean the conversation that Tonka and
knew
I
he
had,
could get
it was serious. It's not like
Yeah.
we weren't kidding, but
Right.
I'm not a bitch.
That. Oh.
Wait, what? Wait, what's that? They don't call the Akujin because he tweeted a gif of a toy train that hit an action figure? What the fuck?
Well, all right. The day that I talked to Akujin, we like brought him on air, and he said a bunch of shit that was really dumb, and he looked really dumb. And so I tweeted a gif of a train going around a train set, and it hit an action figure and just tipped over.
What the hell?
Well,
We're good now.
I'd had a
But
similar
Go ahead.
experience to you. I had come from a place where I'd heard all these things, and I had no reason not to believe them. Well,
Yeah,
I should have, but I didn't.
same.
So, believed all these things, and I came over here with those things, and I was fucking wrong.
Killing me. Killing me. It was fun. Meeting Akujin was fun, and making him my co-host, it was fun too, because
He
like,
says it was
would-
fun. I was an annoying cunt. He muted me so many fucking times on Twitter.
I did. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to him all day, but yeah, having him on the show and doing that, like I think that was the time when he figured out that like I do this on the show, and then when the show's done, I want to go do something else. Like we're not fucking having a go all fucking day. That's not happening.
I mean,
But-
I mean, I don't know if y'all can. I don't know if this is bitch made the way I'm gonna say this, but the way I've always lived my motto was, if I'm at work with somebody and they're cool with me, or anything, it's like we're cool and all. It's like at the end of the day, if it comes down between me and you, it ain't gonna be me. You know, like when it comes to losing a job or whatever.
We've got
Look at it.
being a Kujin at this point. We done this shit for years, and I'm pretty sure that's longer than any of these groups stayed together and have done shows together.
Yeah.
And it didn't even come from a place of like, hey, we're buddies, let's do a show. It
Yeah.
came from a place of, you're a fucking cult leading motherfucker that gives your lady friend Stockholm syndrome and throw her under the bus it was goofy shit. And it's like, okay, well, be my co-host, please. I'm weird, but it worked, and I prefer
the only people I know that have been around like longer, still doing a show, is fucking Gator and Ralph, and that's because one of them is deeply in love with the other.
That's true.
And
hear,
the other one can't operate without the other one because the other one can't operate.
I can hear the gag reflex from here.
So why did Zidane leave the kill stream? That's what I've always wondered.
Truth or lie?
Either or. I mean, I just want to
either
agree.
or. Come on.
Either or.
His parents caught wind of shit. He went to go do some real life, and he also noticed that Ralph was fucking up pretty hard right before something. It was kind of a storm of things. All right, his parents had figured out what he was doing. He had opportunities to go do something else. Ralph had got caught cheating on his girlfriend, but everyone had kept it quiet. I was one of the people who kept it quiet.
All right, so what's the lie?
What was the lie?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You said truth or lie, so.
What would the lie be? Some
Yeah.
shit like Ralph says. He went to school. He'll be back one day.
Oh yeah.
I still talk to him. We're cool. It's fine. Like, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That's how you go with it.
It's a false narrative.
Yep. And so Juro said they wanted to hear both too. So you weren't the only one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's why I bounced off that.
I don't know. It's a weird time. I don't get many people who come through and ask actual questions about it. So like you are speaking for quite a few people right now if you want to. Any question you got, you're not crazy, so feel free.
All right, let me ask you this. What did you expect me walking in? What did you think it's going to be like? Do you think there's going to be some spurgy idiot and just yell the N-word and get kicked out or what?
Akujin, can you take a picture of his... Well, not his Discord profile.
I almost messaged you before the show just to tell you.
Akujin almost didn't want to do the show.
That's
Somebody
not what I
else was
said.
like, kick this motherfucker out.
Oh,
okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
I almost messaged you before the show just to say, yeah, look, we can talk about the IBS stuff or whatever. Just don't drop the gamer words. All right, we're doing a stream here. We don't want to get kicked off. Yada yada yada.
Oh no, of course not. Yeah, I knew that. I kind of figured that. I'm respectful of people. I don't do that shit to people. That's fucked.
Some do.
Look at that guy.
No, I know.
Look at that guy. He thought you were gonna.
I didn't say that he was going to. I just wanted to make sure that didn't happen. And I was unsure. I didn't know you.
I don't blame you, man. I mean, hell, I was kind of worried myself walking in, because like I said, I saw all those doxes flying around other people's streams. I'm like, man, I hope to God I don't get fucking doxed. That'd be all I fucking need. I'm not worried about me.
Actually, don't show his Discord profile gimmick. Like, we came up with a completely random avatar for you here, and it's kind of cool. It's a bacon guy with a cape. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I don't know. I feel like I'm probably one of the only guys who's even remotely conscientious of that shit, and it's kind of because people come over here and they are automatically treated like shit. Because they know that once you're over here that you're a person who's not just taking what they say at face value. You're not just saying, oh yeah, fuck them because they're a cult and going along with what they say. All they need to do is see you over here. And that's
like I said, I like to hear both sides of every story,
Well, they don't like for you to hear both sides. That's the issue that you're going to run into. You're not going to be able to hear both sides. That's not something that people allow.
Oh yeah,
that's what I like to facilitate on my show, and that's originally what kind of helped grow that shit that everybody did like. The thing everybody calls blood sports or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what helped it. I would have the two people who had a problem on air. That's why I would talk to Tommy on air. I would
Yeah.
talk to Nick on there. And I do think Nick is intelligent enough to where we could have a conversation about the actual issues and shit that
If he
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to
wants
be
say he
honest.
has with us, but he doesn't want to do that. Nick is obsessed
He
with
wants
trying to
blood
score
sports.
a point on me and trying to score on me. You can't, Nick. You're not that guy. I'm a pro wrestler. You will never have a better promo than me, chubby kid. That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Don't bother with that. You want to talk? I'll talk to you. You want to be a fucking fool? I'll treat you like a fool. And that's the thing.
The one thing I will say this though, I'm kind of glad this didn't happen because I was kind of afraid it's gonna be dead air. I'm like, God, please don't be dead air.
You
know,
bought into the dead air thing?
yeah, the woke Kimasabi dead air.
Dude, do you know who has the worst dead air?
Hmm.
Ralph.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's brutal. Our dead air is kind of covered up by crickets because I don't know. The show, if you look at it, we got kind of a thing going on. All right. We have an art gimmick going on from this lady who is very talented, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's a work in progress. It keeps getting better. It keeps getting I love it. Eventually,
This
it'll just
isn't
be
even
a-
its final form.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
I like
even
some,
in
I
the
like
final form.
I like some of the shit you had on Kumite back in the day. A lot of the photos and shit. That shit was kind of funny.
Well, I'm different from most people. Like you'll
Yeah.
notice when I started
I'm
doing that
not
shit,
like other
everybody
guys.
busts out. Well, no, most people start busting out the fucking mashups. They start doing shit like that. Like that's what I'm good at. I can come up with shit that works and it's different. All of a sudden, everybody takes it, which is fine. I'm glad they took it. It's a good formula. However, my
Yeah.
formula it will evolve. What is this? Okay, we got two things or three things. Gadfly
Yeah.
said that great, yes, but not better than Bob's. Former goes through and said, "Do not besmirch the honor of the dead air spirit." Fair play. The dead air spirit went. Who did he go work with? He was here for a while, but he did move on to someone else's gig. Who was it?
Look, the dead air spirit will forever be in our hearts.
Well, yeah, for sure. And he's always got a place back here if he wants to come back. But I'm pretty sure that he went to work with maybe Augie. I think it was Augie who sat there for like a minute straight, just looking at his computer, looking for something. And I was like, okay, I guess the dead air spirit got a new gig. Cool.
Oh yeah, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because I mentioned in the comments one time. I made a joke saying "Will Kimasabi dead air," and I did the timestamp, and somebody said it won't dead air. He was thinking he was doing something. I'm like,
that's what that means, though.
Over a joke, it's a joke.
Nah, you can't
mine was
joke
a
about
joke.
people.
Look, you can make jokes, but you can't like compare them to anything that they say about Tonka. That ain't a joke.
Man,
That's them's fighting words.
I know this is a whole entirely different subject, but I'm gonna bounce off something real quick. A while back, I got a 12-hour ban off Twitter because I made a self-harm joke, and they sent me the fucking hotline. They thought I was gonna kill myself. Yeah, even though it was a joke, because somebody was talking about the two masks thing with COVID, right?
Yeah.
I sit there and said, well, at this point, you might as well just put a plastic bag over your head. Yeah, you might suffocate, but at least you won't die from COVID.
That shouldn't have got a ban.
I know, and I got hit
Look,
with a 12-hour ban.
I can kind of understand why it did though, because people aren't taking jokes at all about certain subjects around that
That's
thing.
fair. And if they're gonna ban you for a self-harm thing, sending you the hotline thing, at least there's something behind it, kind of. I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying,
Go
but yeah,
kill
you
yourself
shouldn't have got banned
somewhere
for
else.
that.
All right. Explain this to me. All right.
Well, no, I don't think you should have got banned.
Me either. And explain this to me. All right. There's this thing going around recently where like you can take selfies and like turn to like like people singing and shit.
Yeah.
Well, somebody took a butthole and made it sing on Twitter. That's still on Twitter. I posted lyrics from a Filthy Frank song, and they fucking banned me for 12 hours.
Okay, well, lyrics. You can't fuck around with lyrics. There's some crazy lyrics out there.
Yeah.
We can't have you still look.
They said
Twitter
it was harassment. And,
Twitter
and
is
the tweet
the
was
place.
talking about balls. So I posted this shit, the hook from the song Balls. He said these bitches want to touch my balls. That shit, And I played the hook. I put the hook on there, and they banned me.
Well, yeah, you can't be doing any copyright shit. But I mean, if you're an asshole, Twitter's the place for you.
I circumvented the ban by sending them the lyrics from Genius.com. I did not know I circumvented it because I went back on my Twitter because I was trying to get in touch with Caraxis. I had to, go to my alt account or to get in touch with them in case I was get banned, And
It's a hell of an
uh,
appeal.
yeah. So I went, and apparently my appeal went through. I thought it didn't, but apparently it did, and I was able to get them banned. So apparently I speed ran a fucking 12-hour ban. Don't know how the fuck I did it, but hey, I'll take it.
Not bad.
Yeah, but yeah.
Not bad.
I know it's off topic, I just wanted to get somebody else's opinion on that shit because I thought it was fucked too. I was like, man, this is fucked up. That was a fucking joke. What the fuck? You can't tell a joke anymore? What the fuck?
Hell no. Sparky had thrown in 5 and said, be prepared to be targeted just because you talk to Tonka. Fair, but don't stop scaring off the new people. But also, Jabber's through in and said, Sparky, some of us like the spotlight. So there's also that attitude. Heyman had also thrown in, can we get the clip of John sitting there with his play button saying, Tonka, I'm here. I'm waiting to go on. It's aged so well. You said you were there for that stream, weren't you? Have you ever seen the music video that was put together of how many times he was sitting there saying the same thing over and over? Oh God, you haven't? Akujin, I think we could can we take a brief musical interlude where we just play that, let him see that, and then maybe we could come back. We'll let him ask some more things if he feels like asking some more things. And then, I don't know, we can like wrap up whenever you asked a few more things. But this will give him a few more minutes to think of anything else he wants to throw around.
All
right.
As soon as I find the thing.
You know which one it is, right?
Yeah, I know the one you're talking.
Legal.
I just got to find it in the...
Jabbers threw in to say, hate fuels me. Love fuels me. All welcome. Do you remember that? That's what Andy Warski said before everybody knew he had a panic attack every time people didn't like him.
Oh, wow. Did not know
Life
that.
is weird.
Yeah.
Life is weird. I'm learning. It became Blossom's catchphrase. Do you know who Blossom is?
You talking about the old show from the 90s or?
Oh, man. The fact that you know who Ralph is, but you don't know who Blossom is, you've missed out over the past few years, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Like there are many different characters that have come through to and fro over the past few however long.
Yeah.
It's been good shit. Sparky threw in and said, Jabbers, you like the spotlight because you like the playing, or you like playing the Wishmaster. Probably. See, one of the things that you always try to give people in these kind of things is they will give you what they want out of something. They'll say what it is, and then you give it to them. That's a brutal way to go about things with people. They tend to handle that the worst, as opposed to every other way they could handle it. When someone gives you exactly what you want, and it isn't what you want, oh, it's brutal. It's kind of been his thing. Also, Herb threw in 5 and said, Herb is happy we haven't destroyed this guy's worldview. I am too, because I'm feeling weird talking to people who look up to people. I've done that for the past 2 or 3 times, and it feels bad.
I wouldn't say look up, more like I liked his content back in the day.
That's much better. It's good if you like people's content, I can talk to you and life goes on, whatever. But I've talked to people the past week or so who looked up to people, and it's been very weird interactions.
I heard
and
you mention that yesterday. Heard you mention that on the stream yesterday.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I don't blame you. It's kind of cringy.
It's not just the cringy part. It's like
I feel bad for the dude. Because he legitimately looked up to Tipster, and I hate to tell you that Santa isn't real, and he's actually a thief. He's sneaking into houses, stealing presents.
It makes you feel like you're walking around telling people that Santa ain't real.
Not only not real, but a thief.
He shouldn't feel like that.
He's doing the opposite.
Santa's not sneaking in to give you presents. He's stealing your mama's jewelry. It's fucky. I don't know. It's different than talking to people who are just like whatever about it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm much easier with that. When people look up to people, they have an emotional investment in it that I'm not ready to handle when we're talking about content creators on the fucking internet. And I'm not meaning
Yeah.
that to look down on. I mean, maybe they're looking at the internet the way that I would look. Like if I was talking about like fighters or something, I'd have a different way of looking at it. It's what you're into. Fine. So I try to respect it. I try to be cool with them if they're being cool with me. Now you act
Mhm.
like a dick with me, and I can definitely go with that shit.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's just fucking. I try to understand people. Contrary to what people say about me, out of everyone on the show right now, I'm probably the most understand. I don't know. Maybe leader, depending on the topic. Depending on the topic, leader might be more understanding than I am.
But I'm not here all the time, so.
Still, I'm just saying.
I would say that
I'm
leader is
not.
more understanding,
You think leader's more understanding?
more wholesome. Good boy, good egg.
I'm not understanding of that, so fuck you. But it's
See?
fine. I don't know.
Dude, I've gone back fucking 2 weeks, and I can still not find this.
For fuck's sake. Maybe we can find it, Heyman. If
Where
we
was it
do, I
posted?
will let you know. We used it. I know we did.
I know we used it. I gotta go back in DMs now. Maybe you DM'd
Terrible.
it to me.
But what was the other thing? You've made me forget what the other deal was now, and I'm furious. Oh, I don't know, but I would say if you look at all of the streams I've done, there are a lot more streams where I don't yell than there are where I do.
Yeah.
And if you put me around scumbags, yeah, I'm gonna yell.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you on that one. Shit, I would
So
too. Fuck that.
that's how I react to scumbags. I yell at them, I froth at the mouth, I want to rip their faces off. It's how I am. I don't like scummy people. I give them hell. That's me. I'm that dude. I'm that boy. I don't like scummy people. I can't really change that. I've always been that way. So is what it
Yeah,
is.
I
But for the
mean,
most
I
part,
will
I'm
say
like this.
this. Oh, go for it. My bad. I'm gonna cut you
No,
off.
that was the end. I was just saying, for the most part,
Oh.
I'm just like this.
Oh,
Like
okay.
this is what I'm like.
Damn, I was gonna say fuck. I derailed. Damn it. I was gonna say well, of course I said it wasn't what I expected it to be, which I'm kind of glad because I never got into a actual IBS match against anybody. I would love to back in the day, but I don't know why it attracts me. I guess because I like watching car crashes. I don't know.
Dude, like
It's
the
fun
IBS
for the
stuff.
same reason watching a wrestling match is fun, or
Exactly.
watching a boxing match is. It's
You know, Susie,
exciting.
but-
They're in there, but the problem is a lot of guys got to where they really cared who won and lost that shit, and it really bothered them. One thing that freaked people out all the time, I notice, is that I would put the like 200 and 0 in my fucking bio.
Oh
People
yeah,
were
111 and 0.
they freaked the fuck out about that. When it became 20,115 and 0, oh, they lost their shit. That was it. That is the line. It's not okay. And it was like that from that day forth. They fucking hated it. But it's like, again, it's not real. These are conversations being had on the internet that we were generating interest around, all right? Because we use the format of pro wrestling in the way that I like to present things versus the way that dorks on the internet present things. And guess what happened? More interest was generated. Now it's back to dorks on the internet doing dorks on the internet shit. And
Yeah.
I have no interest in helping them, man.
I mean, granted, I blame the platform more than anything because they got the whole you can't
You
have
shouldn't
creator
blame
on
the
creator
platform.
shit, but
You shouldn't blame the platform. Blame the players. That's what made it go away. Me personally, the guy who is the reason that any of it worked. People can think whatever they want to about it. They're gonna be, oh my god, I can't believe this. I don't care if you think that. When I went away, it went away.
yeah.
There's a reason. When I showed up, it came around. There's a reason. Fucking it's I'm not the kind of person who is ever gonna help these kind of people again, and I don't know if I would ever bother trying to do that kind of thing again, just because of how easily corrupted it is by large subscriber count numbers. How cringy people will get at the idea of a big sub count showing up, and their inability to hold the big sub count at the same level they can hold anybody else. And that's part of the thing. If you had a problem with a big sub count, okay, you're now on the same level. You're having a conversation. But they wanted to make it about your sub number. Oh, how many subs do you have? How many? None of that matters. You have an issue. You have an issue. If you don't have an issue, piss off.
Yep.
And that is where they fucked it up. You have to have a real issue. Then you present it the way that we were presenting it. And that is what would make it work. The reason it doesn't work now is because people are trying to mimic something they do not understand and that I will not be divulging to them how to do anytime in the future.
Now, the one question I've wanted to ask you is kind of burning inside because I've wanted to ask any IBS person this. What was your favorite out of all the blood sports? Favorite blood sport match? Like, was it one you participated in, or was it somebody else's, or?
I look at conversations I have with people and ones that I look at differently. But favorite one I was in. That's hard to pick. There were a fuck ton of stupid people who just showed up and broke themselves upon me. I think Revenge of the Sis were hilarious because they came in, they bullshitted, they broke themselves upon me, and then sang happy birthday to some guy they had falsely accused of something. I thought that was funny. Favorite one that I looked at was maybe Carl and Medicare, because it was funny to see Medicare have no idea what to do with somebody who didn't think he was cool. That was funny.
Man, because he didn't have a suit.
Yeah. Did you see that? Carl and Medicare? That was a weird conversation. Like by the end of it, he was bonding over his abuse with Andy. It was weird. But Carl was that kind of guy. And Medicare tried to have a go at him, and it just did not work. Because Carl. And then, yeah. But that's an experience. If you've never seen that one's worth a look. It's fucking hilarious. Like, it's Medicare trying to make fun of this guy named King Carl.
So I thought you said, I hear Carl, I think Sargon, so.
Oh,
I thought the same thing.
Oh, no. King Carl. He was trying to make fun of this guy from our chat.
That's why I made
King
the suit
Carl.
line.
Nah, this was funny as shit. It's just some guy, and Medicare's trying to make fun of him, and it's not landing. And it's just funny as shit. And Medicare's asking me, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, what do you want me to? You want me to throw you a life jacket, Jim? Like, what the fuck? Like, it was a weird day, but it was funny as hell because reasons. Jabbers threw in and said, favorite blood sports, Chairview. That has been the gift that keeps on giving for years now. It's the original bingo square. The sub count, accurate. If you've never seen the first Christmas show, I talked to a guy named Chairview, and he hated me because people watch me, and he said that I shouldn't even be allowed to be yelling at him on my live stream because my sub count's bigger than his, and so I hid my sub count that Christmas. And it has been the gift that keeps on giving. People still to this day want to know my sub count. They care a lot. It's a very big deal. And I don't. I never will. Like somebody had asked in the chat, what is my sub count? Just pretend it's one. I have one sub and it's me.
Make it 2,
Yeah.
Tonka. I sub to your buddy.
Oh my god, leader, you're so fucking cheesy.
I kind of noticed you had the sub count not showing, but yeah, it's
Well, yeah,
whatever.
that's why there was some guy who was saying that it's unfair that I'm coming at him because I have so many more subs than him, and I was like, "Ah, fuck this, and I just because I don't care. I don't know, like it seems like it shouldn't be that much of a thing. All right, you know who I am, right? I know who you
You're not
are if I'm
internet people.
talking to you enough, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, what is it? I'm not gonna bring up the number by your name and say I shouldn't talk to you.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
talk to
Shit,
you if you got a
I'll
billion by your name, or I'll talk to you if you got 2 by your name.
I'll
I'm not
admit, I
that
mean,
guy.
shit, I only got 13 fucking subs, but I ain't upload to YouTube. I think
That's
the only video I
13
got
more
is
than
me.
Andy Warski has.
I will say this: the only video I got is me beating this kind of guy. Have you ever heard of a game called Killer Instinct?
Yep, I
Yeah.
do know about Killer Instinct.
I did beat this one guy who used to be big in the KI community randomly in a ranked match, and I uploaded that to YouTube. That was about it. That's the only video I got on my YouTube now. This guy named Gamer LCD. He's not. He's kind of playing Street Fighter now. He's kind of doing his own thing. But yeah, that was back in the day.
That's a good.
That
That's a good game.
Yeah,
do
that was
like
the
that
original
game.
community I came from to come into
Killer
this community.
Instinct. Why would
Yeah,
you
fighting
leave the
game.
Killer Instinct community and come into this cringy shit? What are you doing?
Well, for one, that community is pretty much dead because Microsoft won't get off their lazy ass and make another fucking game.
Oh,
And two, they can't get a developer because the last one that made it was pretty much garbage. I mean, Iron Galaxy, fucking horrible. Yeah, that's another story. But yeah,
that's a bit of a mess.
that and
That is
people
a
get
bit of a
heated too,
mess.
just like blood sports. You know, they argue back and forth.
People gonna get heated about everything.
Yep.
I don't know. I get the point of getting heated about things, and I will get heated about things. All right? But I won't get so heated that I don't want to talk on a thing. Like if somebody is a pedo or something, yeah, I'm not bothering. But if you really have a problem with somebody, why don't you want to talk to them? Tommy C acts like he really has a problem with me and we're bad people or whatever. Okay, then come over, have a go, call me out. Have me on your show, call me out. Tell me how I'm a bad person because I called out something you wouldn't. They don't do that. They do not want you to know I even exist anymore. They would prefer that you bought into the thing that I'm not even around. I didn't go anywhere, and I'm not going to. They keep lying, I'll keep streaming. Ain't a big deal. I wasn't for sale years ago. I'm not for sale now. I don't care how many people like my show. I don't care what people say about me. Oh, shit. Someone said Tonka's sub count is a greater paradox than Schrodinger's cat. It's neither greater or less than 1. The other choice said Tonka is literally the only one still around. Yeah. There's a reason, but people don't have to go with it, and I don't mind. I think Mr. Bacon's phone died. It's doing the thing where it is lit up and it's not moving. Akujin, is that a sign of a phone dying? I knew it. His phone died. Which is a shame. He's a nice guy. If he had any more questions, I'd have been cool to answer those too. That's fine. Cool interview guy. I felt like fucking Bruce Pritchard on Something to Wrestle, and like he was like Conrad asking me about the fucking Attitude Era or something. Oh, his Discord died. Reinvite. Yeah, you can Yeah, you can get back in the thing and we can bring you back in. You're cool. He isn't showing in the Discord VC for me. Yeah, he's gone from there. There he is. Grab him. There we go. Oh, damn it. Okay. Akujin is
Alright, there we
having
go.
issues finding the John Swan song, which is a damn shame. I'll try to find it. But
Yeah, I was talking about where somebody asked in the chat if I watched Max's old KIVids, the guy from the Killer Instinct community, Maximilian dude. I said,
oh,
yeah. And then one time randomly I was streaming on Twitch and he came in and was like lurking in my stream. I'm like, why is this guy with like so many fucking followers watching me? You know, it just felt weird, you know, in a way. Not gonna lie, I kind of gushed in a way, but it's whatever. I
it
mean, when you're
counts.
a small creator, man, and somebody like that watches you, you're like, holy shit, you know, what the fuck? What are they doing watching me?
You marked out.
Yeah, I did. I admit.
Look at
And I scared him off too. As soon as I
you.
saw his name said
Man.
something, he ran. I was like, fuck. He ran high like he was Ann, but yeah.
Man. It's okay though.
Found it.
Yeah, shit happens.
The what were you saying?
Found it.
Oh, you found it? You found that music thing now that we gave up on it. Okay.
Yes.
Legal. Totally legal. Let me look at something. Okay, everybody's having to go in chat. All right, chat. We're going to look at a funny music video. By the time we come back, hopefully, we will get to the rest of Mr. Bacon Mr. Bacon's questions.
Hey, you got my name right.
There we go. I almost said something different.
You almost said Beacon, didn't you?
I did. I almost fucked it up. But we will get to more of his questions and then we will wrap up after that. But now a song interlude type situation with funny John Swan faces as requested by the good Mr. Heyman, sir.
No, that is the Tonka
Should mute us actually. Just play it. Fuck it.
stream. That is the Tonka stream starting now. Tonky time. Are they gonna let me on? Is the real question. He won't let me on. He won't let me on because I'm streaming. That's why. He just won't let me on. He just won't let me on. They won't even let me on. He's not letting me on. He's not letting me on. He won't let me on. He just won't let me on. He's just not letting me on. He's just calling, but he's not letting me on his stream because I'm streaming at the same time. I am calling in, Tonka. Look, Tonka. Bro, how do you not let me in? I'm going to tweet it out real quick. Tonka isn't letting me on. He's just not letting me on. That's so sad. Okay. Oh, I'm here for the severing of those. This means I have to join now, don't I? I have to join up. I literally cannot. Sure, I thought he might accept me. Who would have thought he wouldn't even accept my call? He would not accept my call because I'm live. Come on, Tonka. Accept the call. Why doesn't he want to accept my call? I'm calling into your show, Tonka. I'm literally calling in, Tonka. I'm calling into your show. Tonka, I am calling into your show. I have called in, Tonka. I am calling in, Tonka. I'm calling into his show. I'm calling. I am interested, Tonka. I'm calling in. Look. Tonka, I'm calling into your show. I'm calling in, Tonka. Yeah. Look, Tonka, I'm calling in. I'm calling in, Tonka. What's the problem? You have to keep running. Pumpkin says keep running. I'm not running. I'm calling in. What do you mean running? It's Tonka that's running by not letting me in the call. How am I running? I'm calling into his show. Why does he want to accept me? I'm literally not running. That's literally not it. Like, how do you not get that? I'm calling in. How is calling in running from here? I don't get it. I'm calling into Tonka's show, and he won't let me on the show. I've been trying to call in. I'm calling in, Tonka. This is me calling in. Come on, Tonka. Drag me up, Tonka. Drag me up, Tonka. Drag me up. This is insane. Tonka saw. Oh, this is so sad. I'm gonna try one more time. One more shot. He has one last shot to let me in. And if he doesn't let me in, then I'm taking callers. Then I'm back on. Let's try it though. One more shot. I'm waiting. One more time. One more time. He's not gonna let me in though. Ah, dear. I don't think they're not going to pull me up. Why do they take so long? Why is it taking so long? How long have we been waiting? Gotta just wait. Is Tonka still waiting? We're still waiting for Tonka. Are we still waiting for Tonka? We're still waiting for Tonka. Well, we're just waiting. We're waiting. We're still waiting, right? We're waiting. We're still waiting. Take calls while you wait. I suppose we can do that. Why not? We're just waiting. We're just waiting. This is fair use content. This is fair use content. Just telling you guys, fair use content. I'm just waiting for it to accept my thing. No, I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting. Oh my Conker, I'm waiting. I'm literally waiting. We're just waiting. We were just waiting. I am waiting. It doesn't want to let me on because I'm live streaming. That's literally it. I'm waiting. Yeah, everyone's saying I'm waiting. That's true. Look, I'm just waiting. We're waiting. It's not gonna happen. I'm just waiting for you guys. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm literally waiting. What's Tonka doing? Tonka, look! Vamp! I'm gonna hold the play button just on the stream. And can someone screen cap that and tweet it out? That'd be great. It won't end very well for them. Oh my gosh, the dislikes are raking up. Keep disliking, we love it. Yeah, please. Guys, this is, oh my gosh, that like to dislike. Bloody hell. What have you guys done? Is it okay for me to dislike this now? I'm gonna dislike. That's amazing. Have you seen this, Nick? This is the best dislike rate. Like, he has more dislikes than people watching on his stream. Look at that like to dislike ratio. Amazing stuff, Tonka.
Oh, blacksmith.
Haha, calling with the 5. Please dislike Mr. Tonka's on stream. I'm dumb. I apologize. Sorry, I'm dumb. He doesn't want me.
Talk about that on air if you want.
Uh,
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. That's a hell of a thing. Funny thing about that, while it was on, our boy here, he was there for that. And while we were talking, he was saying things that indicated that this looked very different when you look at it from our point of view. Over there, it looked one way.
Yeah.
But now that he sees how we see it, he's like, oh, that was probably kind of lame. Or I don't know. I won't put words in your mouth. What do you think it looked like from over here?
No, yeah, you're right. It did. It looked lame as fuck.
But over there, the quartering and everybody, they're building him up. He looks cool right now, acting like he doesn't know why we won't bring him in, even though he keeps slipping up and saying why. It's amazing. It's amazing shit. I'll get that stream to you, by the way, because you didn't know he ended up coming on the show that day, did you?
Nah, like I said earlier, yeah, I didn't know.
That's good
I
shit.
remember the end of the stream.
That's good shit. I will let you know the riveting conclusion to that. I will send that stream over to you. Leaders shine that day, I think.
I was just literally just asking him questions about why this was copyright. Everyone wanted to get into it with him, but I was just like, no, why is this fair use? And it spiraled down into if I was on the Joe Rogan
When you hear the words Mona Lisa, you will know that it has spiraled out of control for him, and he done. It's amazing. It's a great stream. I'm gonna find that. Somebody find that stream if you can before I get to it. If you don't, then I'll get to it and I'll send it to you through Discord or something. Because you do. If you sat through that bullshit, you deserve to get to see the actual conversation that happened. You deserve it. It's fair.
Yeah.
So, were there... Hold on, what was that? I heard a thing. What is this? I don't know. Were there any more things you could think of that you were saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you said one while we were watching the thing.
Uh-huh. I heard a rumor that the people that get BTFO'd out of the commentary community, or shunned out of the community, end up joining on, your stream, like Pescator and all those.
I've never talked to Pescator.
Yeah, I saw he left a comment on the Tommy C stream a while back. We was talking about the thing was drunk house husband or some shit. That was
Tommy
the name
doesn't
of the
like to be
stream.
called a house husband.
Oh
We
yeah,
have found
no.
that out. That is not his favorite thing. But
Yeah,
I've
that
never
touches a
spoke to
nerve.
this motherfucker. He said
Really?
he wanted to come on one day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then he said he wanted to make an appointment. And
And then he
Akujin gave out to such a fucking degree.
and what got
Akujin
me
was
is
having none of it.
what got me during that whole falling out shit, Pescator was talking about how he wanted to he was like traveling and and he couldn't do a stream and all that shit, and he said like September 1st, whatever, he was going to do the stream on Nick doing Diorio, but he like never did.
I buy it. I believe that. But the
Yeah.
thing with us, if he wants to come on, we'll hear him out. If you
Yeah.
want to come on, we'll hear you out. You're wearing a Mr. Medicare hat. Your profile
Yeah.
picture is the Mr. Medicare hat. Like what would make me think I should expect anything close to a decent conversation with you? Nothing. But we'll do it. We'll hear people out. I've
Yeah.
been that way since I got here. I'm not that different from when I first showed up. I imagine I look a little different. I probably aged a couple of years.
Oh yeah, that's everybody.
I've heard I'm bald now. Are you down with that one? Have you heard that?
Nah, that's new to me.
Dude, I'm bald now, apparently, and I don't have
Fuck.
teeth.
And you got a glass eye.
And
Oh, you're
well, the
strong.
glass eye is old.
Yeah, and you're strung out on meth and all the other shit. Yeah, I've heard
Dude,
some of that.
I'm one of the most straight-laced fucking people. I might smoke some pot, but I don't really drink. When Alex came down here, I drank with Alex because Alex drinks, and Killing Joke came down, and I had a shot with Killing Joke. I also, at one point during one of the streams, we were covering, I think, when he did the revenge porn on that girl, and I'm like, you know what? I still have the alcohol that Alex left. I think I'll have some because we're at the point we're covering revenge porn on high school girls because life sucks. And I did it. But I don't even drink. I'm not that guy. I'm just not. But people want to believe it. It makes them feel better. I've been pretty open about my really lame flaws that I have. The things that people want to be my flaws are not my flaws. They tend to be their flaws. They want people to be less athletic because it'll make them feel more athletic. They want people to people have made up so much shit about Vamp because it's hard to get to me by talking about me. I was in wrestling. I don't really care what you say about me. So they'll go at people around me. They'll go at Vamp. Vamp's one of the nicest people you'll meet. But for some fucking reason, people have gone out of their way to be horrible to her for years and still do because they don't like me.
Guilty by association.
Well, yeah. It's not gonna doesn't do anything because even though she is really nice and she is a good person in that kind of way, she's also a pretty fucking strong person. She's able to deflect that shit with the swiftness. She doesn't care what people think either. And that's a hell of a quality to get. And I think a lot more people would be better off if they had it. You can't live a life worth living being concerned with what everybody else is trying to put upon you, expectation wise, or what they're putting on you negative wise. Like either one. You always hear the expectation thing holding people down, but you'll see a lot more these days of people who just get stifled because people don't like them. You have such an influx due to social media of people not liking you that a lot of people, they end up crippled with that shit. People don't like them and they don't know what to do about it. They shut down. They don't know how to handle the fact that they're not beloved by everybody who they interact with. People could get past that and not really give a shit whether people like them, dislike them, and just live some life. I think people be a fuck ton happier. Like by far. Like I'm talking about even people who I don't like. People like Tommy C, who are so concerned with trying to make it on YouTube at his age. That has to be stressful. There's no way that's pleasant. There's no way he enjoys covering makeup drama. There's no fucking way.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I look at somebody like fucking Nick. There's no way it's fun. I've been in fucking voice chats where Nick comes in stressing about every single fucking thing that he posts. Everything he posts on fucking Twitter, he stresses. That's not fun. That doesn't sound fun. I don't want that.
Yeah, he also has to like take down a lot of his tweets because he's worried about false DMCA's and all
No,
that
he's
shit,
worried
too.
about being called out for bullshit over here. We have his tweets archived because he lies. That's the
Ah,
truth, Bacon. Ain't nobody sweating this false
ah,
DMCA shit. That's not real.
ah.
They all of a sudden are worried about false DMCAs every time somebody catches them in a very clear lie. All of a sudden, when a controversy shows up, you'll notice they're worried about false DMCAs.
That
You've
is
got to be
true.
smarter than that.
Makes sense. This may sound weird, but I feel like I'm getting fucking converted.
Do what?
I said I feel like I'm getting converted. You know.
I didn't mean to. I'm told I'm a cult leader. Medicare called me the devil. I'm not meaning to do it. And I have been told that I've been going around knocking door to door and getting people one by one to realize how full of shit these people are. And I'm fine with that if that's what people want to say that I'm doing. I'm not above talking to the chat. I'm not above talking to you normal people. I talk to Sargon, I'll talk to you. I don't think Sargon's any better than you. Fucking, it's just how I am. I'll talk to who the fuck ever. But if you act a fool with me, I'm allowed to act a fool back. If you're fucking cool as fuck, like Mr. Bacon here, then fuck. I got no reason to be anything but cool back to you. Being cool, you're asking questions. Why wouldn't I answer your questions? I don't give a shit. I mean, you're not the cops. You're not going to take me to court about it, use everything I said against me or what the fuck ever. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a stressful situation. But
Yeah.
there are a lot of people who, if you wanted to go ask them questions, it will become a very stressful situation. And you'll be treated like a piece of shit. For instance, go ask Augie how I doxed him. Apparently, I doxed Augie and his dad. Did you know that?
Oh, because the old videos that Augie had or some shit.
Not just old videos he had. Videos his dad he plugged them. Augie RFC in this video featuring Augie RFC. He retweeted it. That's why they have to go back and delete tweets, Bacon. Because they want to talk shit about everybody's Twitter. They want to go back 10 years and talk about Bunty King's love life. But I can't laugh about Diorio's fucking tweet he made last week where he was pretending to have a girlfriend. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Hey, what do you know about Bong Boy?
What do I know about
Brit
Bong Boy?
Bong?
Who the fuck's Bong Boy?
Unless his name's Brit Bong.
Brit
know about him?
Bong?
Yeah.
What do I know about Brit Bong? Okay, what do you know about Brit Bong?
Well, I know he sent CP to a bunch of people.
You know
You
that.
know that?
Well, supposedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
All right.
Allegedly. I didn't see it firsthand, but allegedly.
All right.
Have
And
you seen any
also-
proof to that?
Well, hold on. Let him finish saying what he knows about him now. We
I
gotta
just
know what he knows before we can tear it up. Go ahead.
I just want to know what he's saying.
I just want to know.
All right, so supposedly the rumor going around is that he I'm trying to think. Can't remember the narrative. Supposedly he sent CP to one of Tommy's people while they were on air. Fault.
Did you ever see that live stream?
What, the live stream of Bert Bong sending him
Yeah.
shit on? Yeah, he did. I watched it.
Okay, so you saw that live stream when Tommy reacted to it. Did you think that was legit? Okay. We won't get into the minutia of that necessarily, but I'll tell you this. What would you do if I told you that the police were sent to his house by Tommy C? Tommy C sent the cops to his house. You know, that thing that they all call swatting if anybody else does it. And those cops went through his things and they said that, yeah, that didn't happen. He doesn't have any of that stuff on his computer. Boy, that'd be a hell of a thing if I had that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but why would he be sitting there still threatening people like they're docs and like colossal crazy?
Well, hold on. Well, the colossal. All right, this is again something from a couple of years ago, and once again, it's not whether or not he does things that I like or not. The allegation that's being made here, and it is a heavy one, sir. is that this gentleman is sending around child pornography. So,
Yep.
that's, I don't care if he's a dickhead. Okay, I don't fucking know him. I'm not his dad. You know, I've never hung out with, I've never had a conversation with him. But I will tell you this. If you send the fucking cops out there and the cops clear him of the shit, after you've accused him of it and you've sent the fucking cops to him, I better see a fucking either a apology or some sort of something addressing what the result of what you just did was, which is that he was cleared. I need to see something there, right? You don't get to make the allegation, spam the shit at the guy, send that kind of fucking shit towards somebody. Then you send the cops at him. You fucking rail this shit, and then the moment the cops clear it, now you're not going to cover that. You're not going to cover that one part of the story. You find that questionable?
Yeah.
That's real fucking questionable, isn't it? You know what's even more questionable, Mr. Bacon? What if I told you I know who probably was sending all that shit, and that so does Croaxis? But they won't hear that out because they'd rather say Britbong, because Britbong in the title of something will get you some clicks and some views.
Yeah, that,
but putting Stenanza in a title ain't gonna do shit. You know who Stenanza is? You don't know who Stenanza and Mental are? Okay, ask Croaxis about them. Ask Croaxis how likely it is that they're the ones who were doing all the sending of this shit through fake profiles and shit. The shit they're accusing Britbong of. Ask him how likely he thinks it is. He'll tell you all about it. I don't know how close you are to Croaxis, but since you talked to him before you were here.
Yeah, we just started following each other yesterday, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He fucked you up. You should have never come here. You should have never talked to him. Yeah, everything's look.
It's like I said, just think if Tipster replied to my tweet. It's all never would have happened.
What did Tipster reply to your fucking tweet? What did this?
It was that shit about the I don't know if I tagged him in it or if I tagged Augie and all them in it or what happened, but I originally thought that the Gore video was talking about wanting to deplatform them. But pretty much what he was talking about was...
you're the original tweet?
Kind of, sort of. I'm the one that went after anyway. That guy. I can pull it up.
Oh, man. Yeah, go ahead.
You,
I want to see it. Not to be like in your business, but just to see like... It's funny to see how people end up here. Because it tends to always be at the hand of the people who don't want anyone to end up here.
Fucking Britbong's account is gone.
Right.
Twitter account's gone?
His Twitter account is gone. He had DM'd me the original copies of every single piece of evidence. Mr. BTFO is gone.
You'll still have the DM if you can find him.
I don't. I looked for the DM and it wasn't there.
Oh God. Oh, he might have got flagged.
Alright, so the only thing that I did was I talked to the annoyed way guy. I don't know how this got to me, but somehow he said commentary mafia should be deplatformed. And granted, I jumped on, because I was thinking, why should they be deplatformed? I'm thinking this dude's trying to deplatform people, right? Well, I listened to the video. And he was pretty much just talking about how, like I was saying earlier, about how it's, cool for some other people to do shit, but, it's not cool for, them to do shit, right? That whole, do as I say, not as I do type mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy in the way, he deleted his tweet because he blocked me. Well, actually, no, he actually deleted it because I think I ratioed him. I went 10-0 against him. He didn't, because all I said was, not if it's a parody. Parody counts as transformed material. Because he sit there and said that I did not know that Decay was a, tracer. So I said that, right? And then I quote tweeted it. I gotta find it. First let me see. Yep. Did you see that tweet between Gort and when Tipster came in and said something? In fact, you did because you posted a tweet yesterday on the stream.
Goddamn.
But where that came from was it was a quote tweet that I did where I tagged Tipster in it. And I said we got a couple smooth brain deplatformers over here. And then another guy piggybacked off of it and said, not me, because he was the one who, because True Crime Stories was the one who originally did the tweet. talking about, that stuff. The gore. Now I remember now because I follow him and
Yeah, you'd
he
went with the
posted.
title, and by going
Exactly.
with the title, you guys spread
Yeah.
the video, which is something he addressed in the video that people would hopefully
Exactly.
do. And isn't that
Yeah.
amazing?
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Isn't that amazing?
Fucking clickbaiter.
Well,
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing, and he knows how these people operate, and he knows that they would jump on the video, not listen to it, and just shoot it around because it has that title, because they're fucking idiots, and they know that their fans would do the same because a lot of their fans never check shit.
Mm-hmm.
They would send
That's
it
why I'm
around,
different.
try and claim some victim points, and that did not go well.
So that's why I'm different. Like I said earlier when I first started this stream, I like to hear both sides of the story. I don't like to hear just one side.
Well, somebody just got cut off from the other side of the story. I'll go ahead and let you know. They aren't going to tell you that officially, but you just lost the ability to get the other side of the story. They're not going to talk to you anymore. And I hate
Probably.
that. I hate that that's how this is. And I did not make the rule. Yeah, I didn't make the rule, and let it be known, if you go and you talk to them and they let you on stream and they refute some things, you can come over here and I will talk to you about that again.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing though. I doubt you would get back on. If you get on once and bring this shit up, you ain't getting on again.
Let me see.
It's not gonna fucking happen.
Hey, I can't find I know I tweeted that. So, because I tweeted it, like I said, I tagged everybody, in the community. I tagged Bo Blacks, Tipster, all them, but now I can't find it. I gotta find it. All I did was just, because Twisted Tipster don't even follow me. I'm pretty sure he was just piggybacking off somebody else, So, it's probably what it was. I gotta find it. Give me a minute.
It's likely.
You don't mind.
But all he had to do was not reply to you, and this wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. Pretty much. If
That's
he
pretty
wouldn't have replied, and then Caraxis wouldn't have replied, then this never would have happened.
Oh fuck. I don't know. I could
That-
keep talking to you, but like we can go like off air and just like keep going or whatever.
Yes.
But for the most part, we see are we in a good place running about to like do the end part? 'Cause
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah,
going for
sure.
almost 3.
By all means.
Cool shit. We can keep talking for a bit like off air for real. Like stick around or whatever.
Yeah.
Akujin,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a thing?
Yep.
You have a thing? People in the chat, do you have a thing? Are you good? There's Croaxis. He said tee-hee. I think this went as well as he thought that it would go. Good shit. Legal shit. Looking down the thing. Joro said, would they talk to him in the first place? I have no idea. Koff said, I just woke up. Is this another intervention? He said he felt like he was being converted. So maybe it'll be worth a watch if you're into that kind of creepy cult shit that we apparently do all the time. But it was a good conversation. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It was it was all right. All right to meet Mr. Bacon here. Akujin and leader.
Thank
anything.
you for
gotta
coming
say
on
something.
and being reasonable. Always
Oh, yeah, no
appreciated.
problem. Anytime.
Yeah, it's nice to speak to you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Nice to speak to you too.
All right, top us off, Akujin. To the sunset.
Tally ho!
Montag, lieben, glauben, globen.